All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform. Hold on, I know before you fix your speakers, I am actually pretty sick. So bear with me, everybody who is watching right now. But once again, welcome to the platform. And we are powering through. We got storms, we got sickness, but we all made it. We also got a special guest on tonight, but he's going to be a little late. His name is John, aka Mr. Negative, from the Super Deformed Gamecast, who'll be on, I think he said about 30 minutes or so into the cast, so we'll get with him as soon as he gets here. But let's get right into our introductions. We're going to start from left to right, starting with Achilles. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What's up? It's Achilles, and I've been playing Don Maraka. I mean Don. Damn it, I keep saying this wrong. Dan Danganronpa. It's a really dope game. Anybody who says that the Walking Dead Telltale game is game of the year and hasn't played that game should go bite a bullet. Also, been playing Gears like usual, and a little bit of Lawbreakers, a little bit of Injustice. I'm getting my Firestorm combos down, and that's about it.
All right, all right, all right. What's up? Next up, who we got? We got Leon, man. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing, sir.
What's up? What's up? It's Leon, also known as Astro Monk 86. Just changed my name, my channel.
Astro Monkey, like
yeah, for real.
For all the racists out there.
But I've been playing Lost Legacy, enjoying that. I've been playing Gears of War 4 with Achilles. I've been playing Halo 2 Anniversary and some Fallout 4.
All right. That sounds good. Sounds good. Next up, we got Cool Cat Terri. What's up? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
Hello, everybody. It's Cool Cat Terri here. I've been playing some indie stuff like Keep Talking and No One Explodes, as well as Clone Drone and Danger Zone. Having a lot of fun with that. And I also played and completed Uncharted: The Lost Legacy as well. That's it.
All right. So Uncharted. All right. All right. So let's see. Next up, we got Eugene, man. What's up? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What up? What up? It's Eugene, aka the Black Dragon 79. Playing some Uncharted 4. I figure I picked this back up. Finally finished officially. Go for that platinum. What's up, everybody? That's it.
All right. That's it. That's all you got. All right. Next up, we got Austin, man. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
Wow, Danny, I didn't realize that you were like
Nothing.
that sick.
Yeah, man.
And Eugene, you can go fuck yourself. Eugene, we all know you're not playing anything. I'm Austin, and right now I'm playing Ghost of a Tale, and that's pretty much it.
Ghost of a Tale. What's that?
It's an RPG where you play as a mouse.
Okay.
It's in game preview right now.
That game is dope. I actually saw a video of it.
It's pretty great, actually. Lots of fun.
It kind of reminds me of like Biomutant in a way.
Really?
It plays a lot like a point and click kind of game. Like you have to find stuff and solve puzzles and whatever. But it's actually really interesting.
You can only get it in preview program.
Yeah, you can get it in game preview or Steam Early Access.
Okay.
And
right.
and so like with the game preview, you get an hour of free, and it's only $20.
One more time, please.
Ghost of a Tale.
Ghost of a Tale.
Ghost of a Tale.
Yeah, that game looks dope, man.
Yeah, I recommend people try it. It's pretty fun, although I don't know if everyone will love it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna check it out for myself and see. I'm not gonna be a so-called fake gamer and just base it off of what you say. So I'm probably gonna check it out myself. Let's see who we got next up. Oh, Manny. That's right. Yeah, we do have another special guest panelist on with us, Mr. Manny here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
So right now I'm playing Persona 5. Other night beat Dishonored 2. Gonna try to platinum that, and I've just been switching over a lot of games right now. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. And let's see who we got. Big Mike, what's up, man? Big Mike, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Mike here. I've been playing Uncharted Lost Legacy. Beat it. No spoiler alerts. I've been playing Call of Duty World War
You're
II
right.
private beta. I'm having lots of fun with it. I'm liking the classic feel of it. Boots on the ground. It's a good game so far. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing Hidden Agenda. I'm going to be beta testing it also. So, and I've been playing Lawbreakers, and that's about it.
All right.
Hidden
all right.
Agenda. Was that any good so far? I was interested in it when they showed it at E3 this year.
Oh, one more thing. I've been playing also Madden 18.
So, a party game, the Hidden Agenda.
Real quick,
Yeah, Hidden Agenda's gonna be a party game. Well, you play with your phone there, Terry.
Mike, how did you like Agents?
Oh, I'm liking Agents. Agents is good. It's a single player game. It's looking better than Crackdown. I'll say that, and it feels better than Crackdown.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Shots fired.
How do you know it feels better?
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing it has people triggered is it's missing multiplayer, but you don't need multiplayer all the time.
True.
It's got single player. It's got lots of destruction, and it's got comedy, just like a Saints Row game.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got Preston, man. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What's up? I'm Preston. I've been playing Madden, Call of Duty. I started Uncharted, and then someone spoiled the game for me, so I kind of stopped playing for a little bit. I've been playing Lawbreakers, and I got into the beta for Raiders of the Lost Planet, or Raiders of the Broken Planet.
Raiders of the Broken Planet. What is that?
It's like a shooter. I mean, it's kind of rough right now.
The least
I
known.
I haven't got to play it a lot because it's only open on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah, I got into like the alpha test of that game, but I didn't get to play it because I missed the weekend that they had it.
Yeah, I mean you can go GameSpot right now and get a free beta for Xbox or PlayStation or PC.
Oh, okay. So it's out for PC, so I can test it.
I mean that's what most people do, right?
All right. Well, what's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm one of the sick hosts here at the platform. I really haven't been playing much. I've been trying to save my life. So I think I did get into Citadel Forge with Fire to check my base. And I saw somebody had lifted my base up once again and tossed it into a river. So I was, that's what you can do in that game. You can use
an entire base and toss it into a river.
Well, so you have magic, and you can use telekinesis. You can combine your telekinesis power with other players and lift your base. They can lift your base and toss it.
You need to make that shit heavier.
Yeah, I know. I had like a little square base, and I came back and I just saw my foundation. I'm like, what? And I looked to the left, and I see my base like peeking out of the water. I said, all right, you bitch ass motherfuckers. Let's see what y'all did. All right.
So what you're saying is a group of bullies came over and threw your stuff in the
They
river.
They did,
You know
but I
what
know
you
who
need to
did
do?
it. Which one I
You know
need
what
to
you
do?
need to do?
What's that?
You need to write their name in the death note.
Oh shit! You may be right. All right. So let's get right into it. We're talking Microsoft and Gamescom. So let's start with Microsoft first. And our first segment here, we're talking about the Xbox One X and the pre-orders. It actually sold out. All pre-orders are sold out. You currently cannot pre-order the Xbox One X right now. So I wanted to kind of get your guys' impression on that. Like, Austin, I know you're a big Xbox guy, man. What do you think? What does this look like to you?
I think it's a sign of good things to come. And I'm kind of just waiting for the whole Xbox One X thing to just finally get done and over with. Because once they're done with this, which is their big focus right now, then they can move on to doing more. So some games and stuff that people keep wanting.
Yeah, I kind of thought this was a good sign too. I mean, Microsoft, they got a good thing going with that right now. And, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, is this a sign of a good thing? I mean, what about you, Manny? What does this say for you with Microsoft?
That really good for them that they're so far behind, but like I hope they do catch up and they're like okay, maybe we could do this. It pleases everyone, and next gen for their next Xbox consoles, they could they're like we already know what to do to come out with our Xbox, and then like Austin said, we I hope games. I really want these games to come out. So it'd be like I get a reason to get the One X. Right now I have the One S and I'm waiting for Cuphead. I'm gonna get Sea of Thieves, more games to come. I'm just hoping it's good and that keep on stepping it up.
So so now you see that as something like that you would invest in, like as Xbox guys, you feel like okay, even if I have the One S, the One X is worth the pre-order. You guys are still getting it.
Yeah. If to me it's like I would like games like something like Spider-Man. I would love to see 4K, 60 FPS. I would love to play something like that on a One X console.
Spider-Man though, you may not get Spider-Man.
I know it's weird, but as well as God of War, those things that make it feel like more wow, give it more wow power to the console and to the power.
Well, yeah, I mean it does have the power, and it's definitely have won some people over. Leon, did you pre-order?
Yes, I did pre-order.
So you do have a pre-order of the Xbox One X. How much did it set you back?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got it on Amazon, so
okay. So you got the free pre-order.
I mean, it's still worth something though because you can't pre-order it, so it's not.
Well, that's true. That's true.
The thing is, I always pre-order off Amazon. It's easiest to get it, especially with hot items. All I have to do is press one button, and I already have it in my cart, ready to go. But I think I do think it's a good look for them. And I'm sorry because I'm outside. You guys are probably hearing traffic. But it's a good it's a good thing for them that it sold out. I don't know if this means that this is like the end of all of the negative stuff that has been circling the Xbox brand. I do think we still need to see more as far as when this stuff actually hits the market. I think that Project Scorpio Edition is a limited edition console, and I think that had a lot to do with it selling out so fast. So I want to see how the standard edition Xbox sells, and I also want to see how PUBG affects console sales, because I do think when that game drops, you're going to see a lot of Xbox One selling. So.
Achilles, did you pre-order it?
No, I did not. Of course not.
Why not, sir?
I don't know. Mainly because I believe in voting with my wallet, and for the most part, there was no reason. Like even the PlayStation dudes that did buy the Xbox Ones, who would go out there and preach, are the neutrals that preach, "Hey, there's no games. We care about games." Obviously, they don't. They care about resolution because this thing sold out.
That's true. It kind of shut some of the naysayers up. They said that it wasn't gonna, the pre-orders weren't gonna sell out, or they said they were gonna get close, but not really. It is sold out.
Can I interject in there real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
To be fair, I'm not necessarily rewarding their bad behavior because I've always purchased Xbox, games. I've always purchased their consoles. I just feel like they need to do more as far as exclusive content, because that's pretty much the issue that they're having. They have some games out there. I don't own a PC, so for me they're exclusive, but I understand that you could play those games on PC, and that's ultimately hurting the Xbox brand.
I understand, and I'm not really like coming at you, but I'm just like looking at the overall. It's like because it said like we say one thing, but then we go and we buy controllers. Because if we didn't buy controllers, there's no way that they would have another press conference about controllers. Or if we go out there and we say, hey, we want games, but then we go buy a console that doesn't, put out these games that we want. Or when they do put out the games, they get, delayed over and over. It's just, to me, it would have been great if a lot of people who were preaching that narrative didn't buy into it, just to, for us to collectively stand together and say, hey, Microsoft, we need these games. But
Oh,
what can
so
you
like
do?
what you're saying is like people should prove that they want the games instead of going on like Twitter and Facebook like, screw you, Phil, I want games. Like they should prove it.
What Achilles is saying, you watch Gamescom, you hear in Greenberg. They're saying they have this amazing lineup, all this stuff, and everyone's looking at them like, what the fuck are you talking about? They obviously haven't learned anything. What he wants people to do is vote with their wallet and show, I'm not going to buy this console until you start supporting it with better content. Is what Achilles.
Unless that's what you want, unless you want new technology every 2 years, or you want a new controller, then go ahead and buy, because that's what you want. But if that's not what you want, then don't say one thing, say, hey, I want more games, I want this, and then go ahead and just support them anyway. Because then why would they stop making controllers, stop focusing on controllers and stop
But
focus on
if
new updated graphics and stuff like that.
But at the
but if
same
you're
time,
somebody who wants, I'll let Austin speak.
if no one's buying the consoles, why would they bother making games then?
That's what I was
Because
gonna say.
if there's an outroar of we want games, if there's a narrative push that we want games and not resolution, then they would have to listen, right?
They already have a console out there that needs games. They don't need to worry about the One X. They need to be supporting the One S too.
Well, I mean, isn't all the games supported on both though? Like,
no,
if
what
it
I'm
comes out
saying
for
is,
the
like,
S, like it comes out for the X too, right?
When I was saying, Austin was saying that if people didn't buy the One X, why would they support it? I'm like, they still got to support the One S.
No,
Yeah,
but
people-
I'm
They
saying
have 30
that,
million. They have 30 million gamers out there already in the ecosystem, and
Yeah.
they need to be giving them something to do too.
well, I mean, you can't say that there isn't any exclusives whatsoever that aren't lined
Oh,
up.
I'm not
You can't
saying
say
that.
that, but no, but I'm saying though is like, he's saying to vote with your wallet, but like, at what point, like, they're not just going to completely ditch this project they've been working on for so long. They've been so focused on it. They're not just going to just be like, oh, never mind, guys. Like, they want games. Let's just completely ditch this. Like, that's not going to happen.
Right? There's no company that's going to do that. Right.
I totally understand. I'm not saying the people who don't want them don't buy it. If it, like, because there's the hardcore. That's who I thought was gonna buy it, the hardcore. But as I'm learning, or as I'm looking at it, it's not just a hardcore. It's a lot more people, including neutrals and PlayStation dudes, buying the Xbox One X too.
Can I interject? If I feel like here's the thing though, like if it were like DLC or microtransactions, I could understand like, the whole protesting with the wallet. But I don't think people ultimately want to see Xbox go away. Because if people don't buy the Xbox, people continue to not buy the Xbox.
I'm not
is
saying
gonna
don't buy the
fail.
Xbox. You have the Xbox One S. You
Yeah,
have,
but I don't play it simply because, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't play my original Xbox One. I don't have the S, I have the One. Because when the PS4 Pro came out, I stopped buying multiplats for the Xbox. When it was just the PS4 and the Xbox, I bought some games for the Xbox, some games for the PlayStation. But when the Pro came out, I was like, well, damn, all the multiplats are gonna look better on the Pro. I might as well get them on the Pro.
They
So
already
now
look
that
better.
the Xbox One X is coming out, I'm like, okay, I can go back, I can play all the exclusives that are enhanced. I can play multiplats in good quality. I don't have to worry about a power difference
so
between
you
the
are
two.
voting for your wallet, and you are voting for resolution, is what you're
Well,
generally
I
saying.
never said I was against power. What I said is I care more about games than I do power. Now, Xbox is coming out with PUBG, and that's a game that I'm really excited for. That's pushing me to buy the Xbox One X.
Even though you can play it on the console you already have. But that's what I'm saying. So you're
Exactly.
voting
That's what
for
I said.
power
I can't go PlayStation.
with your wallet. I mean, I'm not telling you to do anything with your money. Like, if you feel like you want the graphics, go ahead and buy it.
Achilles says you own an Xbox. You can play it on your Xbox. You don't have to have the one.
All right, all right. Mm.
Well, I mean, are we? Is everyone else? Are we all gonna give our opinions on the pre-order?
I'm never gonna give mine real quick.
See,
I'm like this with it, right? If your games already look good on your current console, be it the Xbox One S or the vanilla Xbox, do you really need Xbox One X? Ask yourself that question.
no.
Do you really need to see another leaf in your game? Do you need slightly improved textures? Is the
I do.
One X going to make you enjoy your games any more or any less?
You could have asked that about the Pro though.
Well,
I
I
did,
mean,
and that's why I don't own the Pro.
most people didn't care about this, or a lot of these Xbox people never cared about it when they would be buying all their games on PlayStation in the first place.
But
Some
I'm playing.
people are tech heads. They do care about like the
Oh, that's what I'm
intricacies.
saying, though. If you're buying multi-class on Xbox, you're already buying the worst version.
I'll think about it like this, right? I'm playing Uncharted 4 on my vanilla PS4, right? And I seen the Pro version. I looked at them side by side, and I realized, you know what? The PS4 version doesn't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. So why do I need to buy this new console just for a slightly, ever so slightly improved graphics? That's a waste of money to me.
I thought we were supposed to be talking about how the pre-orders are good or bad.
No.
No, let me get
That's
to
what I
that.
was saying. I
Let
was
me
like,
let me
where's
get to
this
let me get to the pre-orders, right? Everybody who pre-ordered this system, right? It's probably doing it because they think they're getting the next best thing. They just want it because it's the next best thing in their mind.
Well, it's not. It is better than the original Xbox.
It is light years ahead, though.
But here's the thing, though.
It's better than the
You
original
gonna get
Xbox.
here's the thing.
The Xbox One S is the same thing. It's 4K.
No, it's not. Whoa, the Xbox One S is not the same as the One X.
Yeah, but
It
here's
is.
my thing, right?
The
Xbox
One
One
S
S.
isn't even in the same league as the Pro.
The One S is 4K with
No,
HDR.
it's 4K. Yeah, that's HDR. It's not 4K gaming.
It is 4K gaming.
No,
It's upscaling.
those games are still running at 720p, 900p. They're not running.
I think
at
you need
4K.
to go back and see what the Xbox One S does because it does not give you 4K gaming.
Dude, I was playing my Gears of War 4 on my 4K TV. It looked
You weren't playing it in native 4K.
I don't care about native 4K. Who cares about being native 4K?
People who want an Xbox One X.
It gives you an upscale that your TV already does.
It looks fine on the One S, and that's why I'm gonna be playing PUBG.
It's gonna look better on the One X, though. Is the whole point.
Nah,
It is. They already said it.
I don't care what they say.
Gears of War 4 is gonna look better on the Xbox One X than the Xbox One S.
It
That's facts.
just won't run better technically.
Well, here's the thing. We were talking pre-orders, you know what I'm saying?
You know we don't ever tell something for long.
I know. What I wanted to know was like, you know, just hearing that alone, like Xbox doing well. I mean, that kind of gets rid of that whole Xbox doomed argument, right? Like Austin doesn't that?
I wouldn't say that.
Can I give my opinion on the pre-orders?
No. Moving on.
Hell yeah. Hold on, who all did that? Y'all get lives. Who did that?
But hold on, wait a minute. I didn't hear any, what's good with Preston? And
Was that
Terry,
Austin?
Yeah.
Who else was that? Who else was that? Leon? Who was that? Achilles?
Eugene.
Eugene? All right. All right.
We bought a lot.
Folks got extra lives today. All right, go ahead, Preston.
No, in my opinion, I don't think pre-orders mean anything. Because for one, every console when they go for pre-order sells out, regardless what it is. The Wii U sold out within hours, like even minutes. I mean, every console sells out because there's limited quantities of them, especially on Amazon, where you don't even have to pay. Because technically, none of these are sales yet until they actually pay for it in full and pick them up.
They pull them up like shipments.
They're basically like placeholders. The whole thing with pre-orders is, one, there's limited. One, this is a limited edition console. Them saying it outsold all the other pre-orders for Xbox consoles. Yeah, they could have released one more extra. Anyone can do that. That's why
Okay.
I'm saying these pre-orders mean nothing until the console actually comes out and does well.
I mean, but that's, I mean,
We
it's
don't
still
even
one
know
of
how
those
much.
things, though, that
We
was
don't
kind of
even know how
like,
many. We don't even know how many pre-orders sold.
that's
We
true.
don't
It
know
could have been
any
like
numbers.
6. It could have had 10 total. It was
But
like,
for
you
example,
know,
like what I was saying is, they're saying the Xbox One when it released pre-orders was the highest selling pre-ordered Xbox. Now the One X is all they had to do was release two more Xbox One X, and then they broke their pre-order record. Anyone can do that. Nintendo does that themselves.
well, yeah, but Nintendo's still winning.
PlayStation does
You
that
know,
too. I mean,
yeah, and
PlayStation Pro.
PlayStation's still winning. You
Yeah, when
know,
PlayStation Pro came out, it sold out instantly, and people still consider
Yeah,
that kind of a fail. You know what I mean?
well, it
Because
still
when
looks
pre-orders
good for them, though. And look,
after pre-orders went up for that, it outsold every Xbox on Amazon.
well, that still means that there's some sort of consumer confidence, though. I mean, it's still
Well,
sold out,
but
even if it was the
we
same amount of S's. Actually, you know, when they got rid of that policy, that bad policy, the Xbox One S did well. Like, you know, Xbox One as a whole did well after that policy change. So you would think that this would, even if they did two more than what they did, you know, with the original Xbox One, that still would mean some sort of success because they have sold a lot.
well, I mean, but what I'm saying, pre-orders are limited quantities. They're always going to sell out. Name me the last console that hasn't sold out.
Well,
I
that's
was
true.
like, look, Switch had no quantities, but it's still sold out.
That's true.
Everything sells
At the same
out.
time.
That's what I'm saying. I personally think we should wait and see how it actually does. Like first month and two should be really good, and then going into next year is when it really counts. You know what I mean?
You know
I
what?
get
I'm
you.
I'm going to say this.
I believe in playing the wait and see game if we're saying everything looks good because we don't know how things actually look right now because we don't even know any numbers for anything besides the PR stuff that we get from everybody. Which is
Well, I
always
mean, it just looks good, though. I mean, it does look good, though. I mean, it's the fastest. It's also sold out faster than it did with the Xbox One.
Oh, that's what
So,
I'm saying. But
And the
that's
One
what I
S
mean.
as
They
well.
do.
And the One S
That
sold
just means
well,
they
didn't
released
it?
more. It says it's their fastest selling, which means it sold more than what the Xbox One did when it went up for pre-order.
right, which is
I
actually
mean, how
pretty
many
damn good.
Yeah, but I mean, just how many pre-orders they put up?
Well, that's true. It's like, what did they put up originally for the Xbox One? You know, what was the number of those pre-orders? Because
Because
I don't think we have numbers.
When the SNES went up for pre-order last night, it outsold the Xbox, and then it disappeared.
Yeah, but the SNES got games though. Anyway, let's
all it
go
is.
ahead. Well, I wanted to talk about this holiday though, because see, this holiday, you know, after seeing this, I think I may change kind of like my mindset of what's going to go on this holiday. I think that money is going to be pretty well split up between a lot of gamers and what they spend. I still think Nintendo may edge out all of them, and then I think honestly, there may be kind of like a bottleneck between Sony and Microsoft. It just depends. You know, Microsoft, they said they got some games, though. They talked about a lot of stuff at Gamescom.
But the problem is, Danny, that nobody wants the base model Xbox.
They talked about games, but they didn't talk about any games.
They talked about some.
But you're talking about the Xbox One S going up against the Nintendo Switch,
X.
the PS4.
X.
Well, the X isn't going to be
S
in
and
stock.
the
It's
X.
not
yeah.
going to be in stock.
No, I think the X is going to sell well holiday, but I feel like
Yeah, I
the
think they're
One
gonna have
S-
some in stock for sure. That's Microsoft. They
It's
got
the project
they Illuminati. They
edition.
they
They
can
said
get
once
in
it
and say
sells
fuck
out-
you, Samsung.
They
You
said
know what I'm
once the
saying? They can be
Project
like, you don't do
Scorpio
our
edition
shit.
sells out, that they're not replenishing it. So the only
Well-
other Xbox One X they would have to sell would be the standard model. Now the pre-orders already sold out. This system comes out in November. You mean to tell me they're gonna have the standard edition ready to sell in November, right after pre-orders have already sold out for the Project Scorpio edition?
They're gonna have the same issues the Pro was having.
I
its
think
first
so.
No.
The
I
Pro
don't
was
think they have
like-
enough stock to compete
the
with
Pro-
I
the
think they're
X.
gonna try to get ahead of it. Yeah.
You got to remember the Pro was sold out from when it launched to almost, let's say, February almost.
Damn.
It's been sold out on Amazon most of the year.
I think it's too early for it to be competing with Black Friday sales, especially when the PS4 Pro is going to get a price drop.
Oh yeah.
You think the Pro got? Yeah, maybe about $50 or something. But I mean, that isn't like a major drop.
They gonna market it.
$50 plus 10 is a new game.
Just think though.
Hell yeah! $50 plus to get a new game.
If they announce a bundle, then that's a wrap.
They already got a fucking Star Wars bundle, don't they?
They have.
Oh yeah, for Battlefront.
Don't they have the like the Minecraft bundle or some shit? Isn't that?
They're gonna have a Call of Duty bundle.
Dude, don't even start on that Minecraft bundle bullshit, man.
You said that Minecraft shit look garbage. Is that what it is?
It's a limited edition.
Did you see how much? Hold on. Did you see how much that Minecraft bundle bullshit is there, Danny?
No, how much is it?
It's $400.
$400.
What?
For
it's a 1X.
What? Hold on.
It's $150 more than the Minecraft 1S.
It's the same as a Pro, and it doesn't do 4K gaming, Mike.
No, I don't care. It's not worth $400.
Oh, I
It
don't
should
think
be to you
hold
if
on.
it does the same thing as an X.
I'm just saying it's not.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
$400.
true though, right? Yeah, I mean if you got the
You
base
was just
model.
saying the damn Xbox One S is the same thing as a PS4 Pro, so it should be worth $400 to you.
No, it's not $400 to
It
me.
should be worth $400. You want them green, grassy Xbox One S in your living room?
You know why I say it's worth it? Because it lights up. Like, it's actually a collectible.
Nah, it's not. I mean, it's not worth it, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, the point that
Like, if you're a
Mike made.
collector,
You're gonna say it's worth $400 because it lights up?
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, shit.
Shit. Hey, but it's a limited edition though, man. I mean you gotta remember this shit is built up like that.
Edition
It looks like
had more value in
Weren't
it.
you hyping up the Gears of War edition because it makes sounds?
Yeah,
But it also
remember
had
that?
2 terabyte. It also had a 2 terabyte.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
2
knocking
terabyte hard
the
drive is
storage.
the
I'm
shit.
saying he was hyping it for the sounds.
Well, no, I wasn't hyping for the sound. I'm hyping
Yes,
because
you were. You're like, oh, it makes
Hey,
sound
two
when I press the
terabyte
wrong
though is the shit though. That's actually expensive. That's probably why it costs a lot because of the
Yeah,
storage.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Gears one.
Oh, the Gears. How much was the Gears one?
The same
It was
price.
$400.
With the 2
Oh yeah,
terabyte.
oh yeah, with the 2 terabyte. Yeah, when you talk about
Yeah,
storage
it's
like that, yeah, this worth it then because you already paying
But this
what?
one's
If you get
this
an
one's a
external
1
terabyte, it's what
10
$89,
years later.
something like that.
The Gears,
Now, Danny, hold on.
the Gears console also
It's-
doesn't look like the evolution of shit.
Danny, this is a 1 terabyte, and it comes with the Minecraft game and with some DLC. That's it.
Listen, I'm
DLC,
not buying that
is that
shit.
it?
I'm just saying it's a collectible.
Well, it's a collector's
I don't care.
item though.
Gears-
That's what I
You'll pay $150 for the fucking Dragon Ball Z Steelbook, right?
If you're somebody
I will.
that's into
That game isn't just because that game is $150 doesn't mean it's gonna have like an extra Goku up in that motherfucker. It's the same game, right?
No one's gonna buy that. No one's gonna buy that 1S, man.
Mike, he had denial like a motherfucker. That motherfucker.
people are already
Kids are
buying
gonna
it.
want it.
I
And
don't.
parents are gonna want to give their kids what they want. So
People are definitely buying that.
I personally
Minecraft.
don't like the color.
Yes, Sycamore. He spent $400 on DLC. Yes, Mike is fully exposed right now.
But-
You know. He
Hear me out,
is,
though.
yes.
They're gonna look at both Minecraft bundles. They're gonna look at the collector's edition and the other one they had up last year. The one they had last year was $199 with Minecraft.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Mike, kids don't want the one that's white. They want the one that looks like a Minecraft block.
Right.
And the kids can't afford it. So you're gonna tell me their parents are gonna.
I don't even think they're gonna.
no, not all.
Well, hold on now. Can I make something up real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
That might
Not making it up.
be hard to find.
I was gonna say, oh shit.
But Eugene, like when I was gonna say earlier, it's like I feel like the 1X is not gonna sell that much because if you're a parent, you want to buy your kid a console. It's like I'm not gonna spend like $500 or so on this. I'd rather spend something like $300 say on the 1S or like the PlayStation 4. That's much cheaper. You have to think about that.
and
sales.
get as good.
They're gonna
Yeah.
go with the bargain. The parents are
Yeah,
gonna go
like-
with the bargains.
Yeah, they're
Not
The
gonna.
best deal this
necessarily.
holiday
Yeah, the-
is going to be the discounted Pro. That's
Yeah,
going to be the
I'm
best
telling
deal
you.
this holiday.
The true
I'm
question
telling
is,
you, the parents on this
question-
holiday, when they see that Xbox One S Minecraft edition, it's
the
limited
question
edition.
on
They're
all
not,
pe-
They're not going to say, "Hey, I'm going to get this for my kid."
Hey, Minecraft is gigantic, and there's no way that I can see that won't sell.
That thing is going to
sell.
sell.
If their kid is a huge Minecraft,
they're buying that.
They will get a Minecraft one for their kid.
Yeah,
they will. They'll get two. They'll get one. They get one for both Joey and Bobby. Both Joey and Bobby will have a motherfucker.
They have their own conference. Minecraft has its own fucking conference, son. Like,
right.
I know they do.
Y'all sound like the people who said the same thing about the 1S with the Minecraft, and that thing didn't sell at all.
They're going to grab the other Minecraft. They're going to grab the other Minecraft, I'm telling you. They're going to grab the other Minecraft bundle, and it's going to be cheap.
Okay, let's
I'm going to be able to find that in most stores.
Okay, y'all, let's make our Black Friday predictions. Which going to sell more, the 1X or the Pro?
Switch.
The Pro.
Pro.
Switch
Pro.
Won't have no stock.
No. He asked between the X and the Pro. He didn't say X Pro.
Oh, just between the X and the Pro? Pro.
The Pro. The Pro because it's a bargain price.
It's just cheaper. It's literally going to be cheaper.
A lot of people aren't thinking
it's cheaper and there are more of them in stock. They're going to be all over the place.
The question is the 1X going to be worth $150 more?
Absolutely not.
The difference is not.
Hardcore gamers.
All right. Well, let's triple down. Triple down on the question then. Switch Pro X Black Friday.
Switch.
I don't think the
Switch. I'm going Switch.
I think the Switch is going to have stock to
Switch will have the stock. They said they were. They
knew your answer already, okay?
We know what his answer. We know it. We already know what his answer is. We don't even need to ask him. We know it. It's counter to whatever we say. So we say Switch. It's not Switch. So let's say something else. Let's say
it could be Switch versus Atari, and Preston's
he'd be like Atari because.
It's going to magically have it's going to have stock at the time Apple's going to have their most stock.
They will. They absolutely said it. They said it at the last investors meeting. They said we will meet stock at holiday and Black Friday.
They say that Mario, they're going to have stock, and they never meet stock.
Dude, they're going to meet stock, dude. They want that money. I told you, Nintendo did what I wanted them to do. Nintendo became the money-grubbing company that I always wanted them to be, and now I regret it. But it also helps. They're gonna have that stock. That shit will be there. It's there.
That's what's
already ready. That's because it's gonna sell out the damn PlayStation. That's why it's gonna be sold out.
It's gonna be sold the fuck out. Yeah, it's just sold the fuck out.
Playing that new Mario Odyssey. I'm gonna possess
that new Odyssey.
I'm telling you, y'all.
Let me tell you something. The shit that's still trending literally is like hashtag Mario Odyssey. I think Sony's what's trending with Sony? It's like holiday Sony. It's and Xbox One X is trending right now. But when you see shit like Mario Odyssey still trending, that tells you something. That shit is
the games they released early in the year are also gonna help it because if you're a kid that couldn't get the Switch throughout the regular year. And
right, everybody playing Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, they're gonna. I want to Switch with Zelda, Splatoon, and ARMS, and Mario, like Mario Kart.
Mario.
That's what I want, mommy.
That's what I want, mom. All right, bad Joey. I'll get you that fucking Switch.
It's gonna be between the Switch and the Minecraft console, Johnny. What do you want?
I want to support some kids with ink, Dad.
They're going to want the Switch. That's what's up.
Switch is. I'm telling you, Switch winning. I don't care what anybody say. Switch winning. It's too hot right now.
And you can play fucking Minecraft on the Switch.
Exactly.
Right.
Cheaper.
Exactly. And they got a Switch they got like a Minecraft like skin, for the Switch. So it's
play
like
Minecraft on anything.
Yeah, yes. So Mom, I don't want the Minecraft Xbox. I want the Switch where I can play Mario and Minecraft.
That's why I'm saying that Xbox Minecraft edition ain't gonna sell.
You just added that on.
You're right. He just added that shit in there now. It's still gonna sell, motherfucker.
It's still not
like that was his original reason and shit. Like
right. He just hold on, Mike. Oh shit, man. Nah, dude.
Mike,
I can't let you slide, man. You can't piggyback off my motherfucking shit, man, and use that as nah.
He Donald Trump.
It's not gonna sell.
He did. He Donald Trump.
But no, it's not gonna sell.
Eugene is fake news.
Motherfucker, you just lost.
I don't care.
He took your damn speech.
Right. He Ivanka Trump did his shit.
I think it's crazy. Y'all think parents can go out there and spend $400 on a console?
They will, man.
Exactly.
They will. To shut your fucking badass kid up. Hell yeah.
You don't understand what Christmas does to these parents, because I'm telling you, when your kid gets older, starts asking you for these gifts, man, you're gonna be out there fighting parents for them gifts.
I don't remember when you was little.
Not buy you the new console that was out when you were a kid, because if they did, then why would parents today not do it? When parents today throw money away way more than parents back in the day did.
Yeah, my parents got me all the shit I wanted for Christmas. I was fortunate, because not all kids had that, but I want to do that for my child, So, and then kids who didn't have that
they want to be
their
better.
Kids, exactly.
They want to be better. They want to do more.
The thing with every generation is they want to give what they didn't have, so that each generation is more willing to give. So yeah, there's no doubt that parents today are not going to buy that shit. They're going to buy it. Because they didn't have it supposedly when they were a kid, so of course their kids are going to get it.
I'm willing to bet money that you're not even going to hear about the sales after holiday.
Do you remember fucking Tickle Me Elmo?
Tickle Me Elmo was like fucking WWE fucking Royal Rumble up in that.
They're freaking 5-year-old kids that have goddamn iPhones. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna buy it.
I remember the fights breaking out when Tickle Me Elmo came out.
Remember that shit? They had motherfucking Marge and fucking Thelma, going to blows over that shit. Hell yeah.
I seen a grown woman snatch it from a kid.
I saw that shit too, and they zoomed in on that kid's face, like, look how dare this motherfucker. Yeah.
I'm telling you, the holidays change parents, man. The holidays, it's like you can't go to the mall and do a regular shopping day during the holiday season.
You have to get like football gear. You need to bring your favorite baseball bat. Like, I'm gonna beat some fools up for this Xbox. That's what's up.
Hell yeah, I need this motherfucker in my life. Whether I got to take your life. I need the motherfucking Xbox.
I've been there, done that.
Let me tell a story. 2 years ago, like I moved to Texas. I'm like, it's probably not that bad here. Someone stabbed another dude with a Bowie knife for a PS4, and I'm like, okay,
God damn! It's like, dude, you can play Horizon, man. Just calm down. You know what I'm saying?
That was actually Preston.
Shit.
I don't buy stuff on Black Friday. I don't need to.
Oh my God.
So I go Black Friday shopping.
Preston, are you an alien, nigga?
You don't need to. He got the money.
This nigga don't do nothing.
Preston.
I do the online stuff and like the.
Yeah, I do the Cyber Mondays and shit. I definitely do the cyber shit. Yeah, the Cyber Monday shit.
Why would I do Black Friday in Texas?
Because you're a
pulling out guns and shit everywhere.
Razor, motherfucker got disposable income and shit. He just like, fuck it, I spent $800.
You don't like nothing.
It's all blasé.
Leon, do I own almost every single limited edition console?
That's why you're oxymorons, because you like everything, but you don't like everything. Like I can't.
Right, he loves it all, but hates it. Jeez,
Preston.
What do I hate that I like?
Everything.
Everything.
The Switch.
I don't like
Zelda.
Hold on, who was that? Who was that? That was Austin.
You're the only guy that I know that'll be like, I'm going to promote this, but then you only speak negatively about it.
This Terry. This one gets Leon. I'm going to give Mike one. There you go, Mike.
Mike is thinking like, how can I add this to my?
How can I add to it?
So Leon, you're telling me when we were doing that Hellblade 4 class, you didn't come to me and say, why was no one negative?
No, listen, I think that there are times where you support shit, like I'm not saying you don't support anything. I'm saying that sometimes you do both sides of the fence. Like you'll be like, you support something, but you don't support it. Like the Switch. I don't know how you feel about the Switch, because sometimes it's like you support it, and then sometimes you're like, fuck the Switch.
Oh.
So,
I own the Switch because my wife forced me to go out at midnight and get it.
So you don't want
to play my Switch.
So you don't
right
want to play. Hold on. You don't want to play any games on the Switch.
I play games. That doesn't mean I like the Switch.
Hold on, Leon. So
how is playing a game?
So every time we back you into a corner, your wife made you buy DLC.
Right, here we go, Achilles. There you go, Achilles. There we go, Achilles. You get 2 lives. There you go. That motherfucker in the positive right now. What?
Leon, let me bring something up. I know why Preston doesn't want to switch. He doesn't want to go up against Michael spamming in the arms.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Goddamn, motherfuckers is getting lives today. Shit.
Hell yeah.
If you want to play games on a platform, that means that you have interest in playing games on a platform. That's all it means.
Doesn't mean I like the platform.
Well,
So why buy it then?
why play games on a platform you don't like?
I like games. Why wouldn't I play a game I like just because I don't like the platform?
That's what it means. You like playing games that come out
Doesn't
for that
mean
platform.
I like the console itself. There's a lot of problems.
Can you play those games anywhere else?
No.
Most of them I can play on the Wii U. Yes, I can.
I can go play Mario Kart in person.
The only game I can is Splatoon 2 and Mario and Rabbids are the only two games I can.
That's a
Mario
stipulation.
Odyssey.
That's a
And you can't
stipulation.
play Mario Odyssey. You can't play Mario Odyssey.
You just said two games you would play. You can't say the only two. Those are games you would play on.
Hey, and I haven't even played Splatoon 2 since I bought it. My wife has.
All right. I'm not even.
Alright.
Go look at my
36
playtime.
hours.
Go look at my playtime on most of the games on the Switch. I don't barely play the Switch.
Hold on. I just want to hear. Do you fuck with the Switch? Yes or no?
Nope. I buy games because I like games. Why wouldn't I support a game?
You buy games and just buy the game and don't buy the system and just throw it on your shelf.
So y'all literally told me I shouldn't play a game. Y'all literally told me I shouldn't be a gamer. I shouldn't play a game because I don't like a platform.
Hold on, Terry said, "Why don't you just buy the game and put it on your shelf?" Like, just
it goes back to what Terry just said. You gotta vote.
Hold on, Terry, you live my fucking life for that shit. He said what?
No, see,
so
right
what
there,
I'm asking is, y'all telling me I shouldn't support games because I don't like a platform.
Or the game.
Why shouldn't I support games?
Wait, what?
Why shouldn't I play games? Why shouldn't I play a game?
No one's denying you that. No one's denying you that. I think you're missing the point. The point is not that you shouldn't play games.
Y'all saying I like a platform because I play a game on.
We're saying that it's hard to tell with you. That's what we're saying.
I'm open. I tell you why I don't like the Switch. And all my opinions, you know why. And you can't trump any of them.
Yeah, actually, we did. Because you said that the Switch was gonna be a failure from the jump. And every time the Switch does good, you always find a way to spin it. You always say, "Oh, well, it only did good just because this," or "Only did good just because
right." Just did good because somebody got kidnapped and they had some shit. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're spinning. We weren't even talking about that. All the bad stuff I say about the system, most of it, am I wrong?
Yeah.
About the stuff I don't like.
I said it.
What am I wrong about the Switch?
Hey, Preston, hold on a second.
It's a success. It's selling well. People.
Okay, that's not what the console is. I'm talking about the console. What I don't like about the console. What am I wrong about?
Well, you said it wouldn't be a success. You literally said those words.
Hey,
that doesn't have anything to do with me liking or disliking the console. I didn't think it was going to be a success.
But it being a success makes you right or wrong.
Hey, Press, I need to ask you one question.
So the stuff I dislike about the console has anything to do with it being a success or not?
Exactly.
So me saying I can't do anything else on it besides play 1 or 2 games a month because that's basically what
I criticize the weaknesses of the Switch. I say, I think it needs to have a better dock. I've said that, it is not as powerful as the other consoles. But I don't get the same response. Hold on, I don't get the same response.
It needs to give you more options too.
Because people don't get that negative aura when I talk about Nintendo. But it seems like every opportunity you get to shit on Nintendo, you take it. I'm not saying that you can't buy games on the Switch. I'm not telling you what to do with your money.
I use it as an example
that's where it comes from. That's why
example.
That's why everybody sees it that way.
I use it as an example because it's the perfect example.
Hey, Preston, I just want to ask you a question, dude, while we're on this.
Leon.
I gotta get this question out, Preston. I just gotta get it out, dude. Can I ask you a question, Preston?
What?
Do you own an Android or iOS device?
I own an Android. I had an iPhone.
Okay, cool. Would you buy another iPhone for like $800 just for one app that you can't play on your Android?
I mean, I don't even use apps.
Answer the question.
I mean, I did. I don't use any apps.
Answer the question.
I did. I said I don't
I
use
don't
apps.
believe
So why
that.
would
You
I
don't
buy
use
it?
any apps.
Facebook is an app.
He on the
The moment you use
motherfucker.
Facebook Messenger, the moment you use GPS, you use fucking anything that isn't
Yeah,
just calling someone on your phone. Damn it.
Terry
Everything I
like
use-
+6 and shit right now.
But he's talking about what app is on the iPhone that I can't use on the Android.
Doesn't matter.
Hypothetical
Doesn't matter.
questions, man.
I mean, I use-
Hypothetical.
If you're gonna buy a system and bash the system, but like the game on it, you may as well buy an iPhone and say you hate it, but like this certain app on it.
Whatever.
Drop the mic.
Hold on. I don't have that shit. I don't have it.
Like
Oh, do you want-
Kenny?
You want me to go out and buy a $900 phone for an app?
But you spent $400 on a console for one game, right?
I bought the console for my wife, like I said, but y'all don't believe me, so it's whatever.
Well, then just buy anything for your wife, and then you can have that argument.
Hey, Michael,
Get on the show. Get your wife over here for a second.
Michael, what did my wife tell you? Isn't she the one who plays it? Exactly. I don't play it. It's for my wife. Thank you very much.
Oh shit! Sycamore said we gave up on Preston too much right now.
I just proved y'all wrong.
They did.
My wife flat out told Mike that it's her console.
Wait.
It's not for me.
Preston, didn't you play Zelda?
I played Zelda and she canceled my shit.
Oh, because you play Zelda? That's why I got
She
canceled?
deleted my save file.
Well,
Oh, that's fucked up. I've been mad to the motherfucker about that shit. I would be so mad.
I had 20 hours in the game and she canceled it, and then I gave up. I'm not even playing this shit anymore.
Yeah, he was playing and his wife deleted his file.
Oh god, yeah, 28 hours is a lot though. That's quite a bit.
But I'm a
Especially in Zelda.
I'm a huge Zelda fan. That's my favorite gaming series.
And he's like, I'm done because I'm done playing this.
I would be too. I would rage quit like a motherfucker. 28 hours? Hell, I'd be mad as shit.
And that game is like 60 to 100 hours. I've lost 20 hours. I mean, you gotta go through a whole another almost 100 hours. I got time.
Right.
No, what I was going to ask you there, Jerry. He's the impulse buyer. Can you tell?
Yeah, but you are one too, though, right, Mike?
Yeah, Mike, you're a buyer too.
I would say Mike is like a D.
Just because you want it.
Right.
At least I played
Which is why I made that comment to Preston because he said that he buys games because he likes games and he doesn't like the console. So I was like, well, then why even buy the console? You can just buy the game and put it on your shelf.
Yeah.
And I told y'all why I bought the console.
But at least I buy the games and I play them. That's what I'm saying.
If my wife didn't want it, I wouldn't have it because I could play Zelda on my Wii U. That's really the only game I really wanted to play on it.
Look, if you're like me and Achilles and Terry, we playing it on,
you know, buy every Nintendo console.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
wait.
like Nintendo games. I don't care for their consoles.
Preston, you bought your wife a Switch, but you were questioning people buying the Minecraft Xbox for their children?
Exactly.
He gets another.
Oh shit, Austin.
When they
you hit a question mark brick right there, dude.
No, let me ask y'all a question. When they announced the 1S Minecraft edition, weren't people running around saying that shit was gonna sell out? That shit was gonna be for kids and everything. Who bought that shit? No one.
I bought the Project Scorpio. That's for the big boys. The Minecraft is for
No, I'm talking about the Minecraft. They announced a Minecraft 1S edition last year. Everyone ran around saying it was gonna sell out. It was gonna.
I didn't say that.
That wasn't. And it didn't do shit last year.
That's because last year Xbox was in a worse position, so I didn't.
They were in a better position last year. They had Gears of War coming out. They don't got shit coming out this year.
Yeah, but the problem with it was PlayStation was coming heavy with their exclusives this year.
Yeah,
2017 was a big year for PlayStation. They dropped Horizon.
So you're saying it's worse this year for Xbox than last year?
No, I'm saying it's better this year because they have a better console and they have. To me,
they got the hype
PUBG
around
is a
it.
better game. Yeah, I think
PUBG is big. PUBG is gigantic right now.
PUBG
Was
is the
at
only thing that
Gamescom.
could save Xbox.
They had a whole day dedicated to PUBG. Hey, what's up? What's going on, John? Man, I see you finally made it.
Yeah, sorry, man. No, my actually my wife popped a flat tire, so I had to go handle that.
Oh, shit, superhero over here and shit, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. He gets a 1-up even just coming in like that. All right. What's going on, man? Let's get into our super guest here introduction here. Mr. John, aka Mr. Negative here from Super Deformed Gamecast. You can catch those guys. There's a link below where you can follow and check out their shit because it's super funny. But let him introduce himself, get his shameless plug, and then we'll continue our conversation. So, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be quick, man. Yeah, hey, so I'm John. I'm at Mr. Megadub on Twitter, and I'm the creator and one of the co-hosts of Super Deformed Gamescast, which goes live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just got our media credentials for this past PAX East, so we're growing much faster than I thought we would actually. Yeah, man, no, dude, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Excuse my voice, man, but I let everybody know that I was in the hospital yesterday, and they said I had acute pneumonia. So,
oh man, dude, what are you doing? You resting? What the fuck are you doing?
No, that's all right, man. The show must go on, dude.
Man, he's dedicated.
This is called dedication. Yeah,
we're grinding. Yeah, we trying to
so let me ask you, since you're here, now let me ask you, Microsoft Xbox One X, it sold out its pre-orders. But we were talking holiday season. What do you think the outlook is? Since they've sold out now, what do you think the outlook looks like for Xbox during holiday?
So here's the deal about the X. I've got to force myself not to call it the Scorpio because it's all I've called it for a year. The thing about that is okay, right? Like it's hard to say this without sounding like a fanboy, right? But I don't think. So I know that today they came out and said, hey, it's the fastest selling Xbox, fastest pre-orders of Xbox, of any Xbox console, right? I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's kind of a meaningless statement simply because we don't know how many Xboxes or Xbox One X's were up for pre-order. Mm-hmm. The thing about the X is that it caters to a niche crowd, just like the PS4 Pro did, right? The advantage that the PS4 Pro has is that it's $100 cheaper. And what people don't realize is that there's an echo. I can hear myself talking.
I'm trying to see who it is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. But the thing about the X is that every one of these games on the Xbox One X has to be able to play on the vanilla Xbox One Slim, right? So every one of these games, I mean, the console in effect is being held back by itself. I think it will probably sell better to the core Xbox crowd than the PS4 did to the core than the core PS4 crowd. But I don't expect it to move the Xbox needle in any meaningful fashion at all. I still think the Xbox division is in a spot of trouble. Because there's been all this focus on power and resolution but I don't care about that, and I don't think. I mean, there are some people who care about that, but I'd rather play great games. I would rather play a game in 1080p 60 frames a second than a game in 40k 30 frames a second. That's just the way I'd rather do it. And right now,
thank you, Jesus.
Right now, I have more fun on my Nintendo Switch than I do my PS4.
Ooh, I do. So there we go. Preston, is your chair shaking, Preston? Because we were just in here debating about that.
So you like
he's allowed to have fun on his console. I don't care.
Like I have preferences, but I don't have bias, right? Like preferences change, right? Like starting off the PS4 was my favorite console, but I like the Switch better now because the Switch affords me, it's innovative. It affords me new ways to play my games. I can literally take my console games wherever I go. That's huge. That's huge for me.
Yes.
The PS4 still has great games, but visuals don't impress me because Final Fantasy VI is still my favorite game of all time, and Chrono Trigger is better than 95% of games out there right now.
Facts.
Visuals don't impress me. New innovative ways to play games impress me, and that is what Nintendo is doing right now because they are the Disney of video games. They are the masters of innovation. Thank you. You know what? Nothing Nintendo. I mean, not everything is perfect. Their online infrastructure needs a lot of work. There's no virtual console, but the promise of the Switch itself, I think, is fucking phenomenal, and it excites me more than either the PS4 or the Xbox One.
Thank you.
For sure. Absolutely. And, that's why we were having a little small debate about just like Nintendo, like being successful. and you know, we were kind of, you know, just, you know, not really, kind of surprised on just how well it's doing. I mean, we know Nintendo has always had that stigma of you know, kind of falling behind, but then, you know, those numbers came out for July, and it was like, wow, you know, the Switch outsold Sony and Microsoft. I don't think Microsoft's numbers were revealed, but I'm pretty sure it outsold it.
It was under. So Microsoft had their worst month since the generation began. I actually know the numbers.
Okay, you do have the numbers. Good, because we couldn't find it. We tried to find the numbers, and we were like, where the fuck?
The Xbox sold 81,000 consoles.
Ooh.
Which is not a lot. That's a small amount. But you know, the reason that, I mean, think about this, right? Like, Microsoft has been touting power, and Sony did the same thing with the PS4. You know, Mark Cerny came out there and he put everybody to sleep. You know, and he said, "Oh, you know, it's a lot of power." But Nintendo is outselling both of them right now, and it's a much less powerful console. So, which tells me that it's what I have been saying for years, is that the casual gamer makes up 90% of the market, right? 90% of the mass market are casual gamers. The other 10% are guys like us, the core gamer. Some of us do care about power, but the mass market does not care about power. They want convenience and they want affordability. And right now, there's a console out there that's $299, and you can take your fucking games wherever you go. You can, if your kid wants to play Minecraft in the car, he can play Minecraft in the car. When he gets home, you can shut him the fuck up and put it in the TV, and you're done. And you can do that for $299, whereas nobody is going out and buying Little Jimmy and Xbox One X for $499, and they're sure as hell not going to do it with PUBG. I don't understand this idea where people say PUBG is a system seller. No, it's not. Nobody's buying the fucking console for PUBG. It's a great company. I get it. But if I want to play PUBG, there are fucking 8 million people right now playing it on PC.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, though. I'm with you on that.
On consoles has a PC.
But I don't even get, like, PUBG is a butt ugly fucking game where you run around. It's an arena shooter, and that's fine. But, you know, okay, and great. You know, I can get my underwear and a booty cap and look like I just rolled around in 5 pounds of butter and go, you know, do my thing, and that's fine. But nobody's buying a fucking console for PUBG.
I can't agree.
He said 5 pounds. No, he's kind of right though a little bit.
You just said graphics were and everything, and now you're getting on PUBG.
Oh shit!
I'm getting on PUBG because it's not a very good game.
It's not.
Well, a lot of people
I haven't played it yet.
I like
so
PUBG though.
I haven't played it yet, so I'm not.
A lot of people have fun on it, and I think once, because this is the first time it's coming to console or arena shooter like that. So once it gets into the big streamers or your cutie pies and things like that, and other people
right, brother, you're having
fun.
The colon.
They're going to be playing on PC. They're not going to be playing the console version.
Well, look, wait, hold on a second. You said like an arena shooter. There's the polling right now on Xbox, and it took me like 7 minutes to get into the match. And right when I got in, I got like booted off right away. So I can see why it would be trash.
It's
I don't think. Here's the thing, right? Like, I don't want to call it trash because one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say the game is trash.
Facts.
I just don't think it's a very good game. For me personally, it does not interest me. And it's not like, you know, yes, it's very popular, but it's also not like Minecraft. Like, people will run out and buy their kids consoles for Minecraft. They will. They will not go do that for PUBG.
We talked about that. We talked about that, like that Minecraft Xbox. Like, do you think somebody on this panel said it would not sell? We said it would. It really would sell. You don't think it would sell?
Not at $399.
Thank you.
Not at $399.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're going to go out.
I mean, so I'm a parent. I have a 9-year-old, right? And he loves games just like I do. I play fucking more games than is probably healthy for any human being. And if he wants a console, he's 9 years old. If he wants a console, he says, "Daddy, give me a console." I'm like, "Okay. What do you want?" "Well, I want an Xbox One S." Great. Am I going to get him the $399 Xbox One X that looks like a creeper vomited on it? Or am I going to get him the $199 Xbox One S that's fucking white and saves me $200?
You're going to get the $199. Amen.
I mean, that's not even a question for me. Like, I'm going to buy the $199 console.
So I said,
even if, but hold on, what if your child specifically asked for that?
Tough shit, Jamie. You're getting the fucking $199.
It's Christmas morning. It's Christmas morning. Your kid opens up his Xbox and he doesn't see the Minecraft. He's like, "I don't want this."
Then you know what? Then you know what? Next year he's getting a box of empty fucking crayons.
Hold on, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that shit. Yeah, because that's a grateful ass.
Well, listen, I'm not. But hold on.
Yeah.
My point is that I'm not trying to use anecdotal situations to prove my point. What I'm saying is a majority of parents go out with the mindset that my kid wants this item. So I'm not saying that you would do that.
Did their homework. They got A's.
I'm not saying you specifically do that because I'm on you. You know, if you buy your kid anything and they're like, "Fuck you," you spent your money on it. You know, like that's fucked up. But what I'm saying is the mindset that a lot of the parents that go out during the holiday rush have is, "Oh, I got to get my kid the hottest toy and whatever my kid wants. Little Johnny wants the Minecraft Xbox. They're gonna pay
especially if they were
$400
good too."
But most people can't afford a $400.
Here's the thing: most parents, and I know a lot of parents. Most parents, when they go out and they buy Jimmy that Xbox One S, they're going to say, "What is justifying this extra $200? A coat of paint? No, thank you.
Listen,
I'm going to spend $199."
Most kids can't afford Jordans, but they're still wearing them.
Yeah, but Jordans also aren't $400.
But the thing is,
yes, some of them are.
It can be.
You're also speaking as someone who knows the difference. A lot of the parents, I mean, I've seen so many parents go into a store and they don't know what the heck they're doing. They're like, they tell their kid, lead me to what you want and I will pay for it.
But here's the problem. The Minecraft one, or the Minecraft one, Jesus. The Minecraft Xbox One S is only available on the Microsoft store and one other retailer. That's it. Those are the only places you can get it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they still
I didn't know that.
Difference, though.
Yeah, it's at Target and Microsoft.
Target and Microsoft. Those are the only places you can buy it.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to be able to find this thing very well.
Yeah. Well, so like, I don't understand why Microsoft does that, right? Like the couple years ago, the Rise of the Tomb Raider bundle was only available in Best Buy, and I'm like, fucking why? Like,
I know it's like, why make it available for that? I didn't understand that either.
What's the point? Like, I don't know. Like, it's too many bundles.
That's because they suck at marketing.
They do. Well, last year their marketing was on. Not last year, but last generation, their marketing was on point. It's one of the reasons the 360 dominated the way it did.
Yes.
And
for sure.
So basically, in 2006, Sony's E3 was basically Microsoft in 2013, right? Like they completely Sony were the ones that handed that generation to Microsoft at the very beginning, and the role is completely reversed now. In 2013, Microsoft did more to sell the PS4 than Sony ever could have.
That's true.
We're still seeing that today.
Especially with those bad policies. I always go back to that because I'm like, those bad policies at the beginning was like an infinite bruise, on their brand. It was all tarnished.
In the foot.
Hell yeah, that Don Metric with the fucking, if we have people, we have a box that doesn't have internet and it's the Xbox 360. What motherfucker are you talking about? It's just like,
here's the real problem with this, and this is what people aren't talking about, right? Yes, so let's just pretend. Yes, let's say pre-orders are great. Which, from what I've heard, I know a lot of guys on the inside. From what I've heard, they are above what Microsoft has projected, which is great. It's great news, right? But I would bet the farm that 99% of those people who have pre-ordered it are the Xbox core who are going to buy it anyway. So if that happens, you're not expanding your base. You're not growing your base. It's true. If the only people who are buying the Xbox One X are the core gamers who are trading in their Xbox One Slims for an Xbox One S, you're not growing your market share at all, and that's a problem for Microsoft. Mm-hmm. It is, because right now they don't need to give it. They don't. Right now, the argument for them doesn't need to be power. It needs to be, let's get some fucking games out and let's get more Xbox Ones into people's homes.
Thank you.
And I don't mean just people. And I'm not talking about people who already own an Xbox One. I'm talking about people who don't own one. Those are the people they need to be courting. And a $499 system is when there's it's just not. It's not going to do it. And people say, John, well, what about the PS4 Pro? But Sony didn't spend a year telling you fucking graphics and power and terrifying pixels and fucking clarity. And like, it's going to be fucking amazing. You're going to come home, it's going to be fucking your wife. Like, they didn't tell you that. They didn't actually spend a year telling you that, right? So, and they didn't need to. They didn't need to be telling, because Sony has been the market leader this entire generation. So they just kind of shit the Pro out for everybody. And they were like, here it is. If you want it, great. If you don't want it, there's a PlayStation 4 Slim over here that's going to work just fine. But Microsoft has been telling people you need these fucking graphics. You need them inside you.
That's all they've been pumping. They've been pumping power. That's all they pump.
And then people see this $499 price tag and they're like, I don't I don't need him inside me that bad. Like,
You know, I know this is like the irony
It
of it, but
vibrates, though.
Microsoft has literally put themselves in a box.
Well, yeah.
Because the thing is, like, I felt
they put themselves inside an Xbox, right?
Well, the thing is, like, I will always support, and people always get on me because I'm buying the Xbox One X, and I criticize it heavily. But the thing is,
But you're still buying it.
no, and I never don't buy anything that comes out because I have the PlayStation 4 and the PS4 Pro, and I'm gonna get the Xbox One with the Xbox One X because that's always how it's been. I always upgrade my systems. That's not gonna change, despite my criticisms. I feel like for me, I get my criticisms from my experience with the consoles. So I don't have an issue buying or spending money because I'm a gamer. I love to play games. I'm on my Preston shit where I'll buy the fucking console, not even like it. You know what I'm saying? But still, you know, like.
Well, I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the One X too.
Yeah, like. But my whole thing is, I still want more from Xbox. I think as a consumer, I have the right to say, "Yo, I went out and bought the Xbox. I want more from it." And I know they're fucking up, but I still want to see them do more. 2018, it's looking shaky, but you know, I'm gonna see how it goes.
They have a few good little gems there, but they need like a lot more like PS4 2017.
PS4 is coming strong. That's the thing.
That's my favorite game sequels come out next year on Xbox, and I mean it's not gonna be a 4K.
That's a maybe.
I mean, I think you guys are right.
Ori, yeah.
No. Ori's not next year.
I think that's 2019.
I can guarantee.
It's spring 2018 from what I know.
Nope. That is a 2019 game. I'm telling you, you can take that to the bank.
When it comes out, I'll be playing it.
I have heard that from people that is a 2019 game.
Damn,
and that's
really?
That's the other problem with Microsoft, right? Is that
they're messing with all over the place.
Like here's the thing. Unless there's some kind of fucking October surprise next year, we already know it's coming out because E3's already passed, right? So we know there's no Halo, we know there's no Gears, we know there's gonna be Forza. Sea of Thieves is coming out, which I think is going to be a fine game that's not going to sell well. Yep. And then you've got what else is coming out? Super Lucky's Tale with this year, which is okay, whatever. And Crackdown 3, which I think you're looking at a 6 out of 10. I think the writing's on the wall for that game. I do not think it's going to be a good game.
They delayed it too. You know, they were like, "Hell no, we can't. We got to push it back further."
I mean, they've been touted the multiplayer of this thing for years and years and years, and we have not seen 1 second of it.
That's
not 1
true.
second of multiplayer.
We only seen like that weird, like broken version of cars humping each other on like at San Diego.
Something like that. Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible.
That was very bad marketing.
Well, and like it wasn't just that helped. Like what didn't help were these fucking comedians who have never touched a game in their life. Clearly, playing the game like, I'm gonna get a speeding ticket for that. I bet. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
At least if they had Conan play it, it would have been funnier.
Poor Major Nelson looked like he wanted to. Major Nelson looked like he wanted to roll his nuts up in a car window.
Did you see when he called it? Did you see when he called the actual lag, the glitches in the game physics? Like,
I was like, oh god! Like there's a car accident, like cars are stacking up on top of each other. Like, yeah, it's so and like that's the thing. Right? So the reason that I can tell you guys right now that the reason this game did not launch this year is because they were going to launch it without the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, you can't do it. You can't.
And the multiplayer was going to fall next spring, and they're like, guys, we can't fucking do that. We've been jerking ourselves off about this multiplayer for years, and you can't launch without it.
See, I think they should have just released it in early access. They have early access.
No, that'd be disaster.
Marketing.
This game is in bad shape. This
game is already in bad shape.
This game is in very bad shape. I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago, and he said this game is very in bad shape. He said he's even said it might even get delayed again.
I'm pretty sure.
You know why this game is in bad shape? Because they're putting all the weight of Xbox on this game, and Crackdown isn't the game for it. It's
Crackdown never been that game. It's never been that marquee game for them.
It never was that game for them.
I mean, it's not a marquee franchise. It's not.
It's not. It's never been that. It's never been a marquee franchise.
It's a fun little, time wasting type game. Like
it's always been that niche.
Like they're putting a lot of weight on that game, and I feel like if there were other better games out, nobody would be paying attention to all the flaws.
You know what game was it though? It was Scalebound. I felt that Scalebound was that premier Xbox game that had all of the hype, man. I could not.
When that game got canceled, it turned into everybody was hyping it, and then when it got canceled, all of a sudden it became like
it was like, what the fuck?
It became the meme of the internet.
Yep.
But that game was also having a lot of performance issues.
Yeah, well, no, like Xbox is not having a good. They're not having a good generation for exclusives. You got Fable Legends canceled, Scalebound canceled. Cuphead has taken 4 fucking years to come out. Crackdown 3 has been delayed 4 times, and
Crackdown 3 is getting delayed. I mean,
no. If that game is delayed one more, if that game is delayed again, they're going to cancel it.
You're going to cancel, I bet. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
I don't think it's going to get delayed, but if they delay it again, it's done. Forget it.
And then there's another thing with it. It's a whole exclusive PR system. It's like they showed off Anthem, and then people are like, "It's Xbox, but it's actually coming out like on PC and PS4." They're like, "Well, I don't need an Xbox for that game. Too bad. I can play it on my Pro."
You know, but I mean, I kind of get what they were doing with that, though, because that's more like, well, if you want that console best, graphical experience, you can get it on the X, It was kind of like that. Like, they have to show that off. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to showcase how their console plays multiplayer.
The worst problem about their E3 was most of those games weren't even on the One X. They were on PCs.
Now, since we're also talking about Xbox here, Danny, what did you all think, if you all watched the Gamescom, did you all think that when they showed the remasters to Disney Connect and the other 2 games?
That was beautiful. Really beautiful. When I saw fucking Zoo Tycoon and whatever it was. I was like, these are the games that are going to get me to buy an Xbox One X.
Exactly. I thought remastering them was dumb. You don't need to connect to play them. But
their whole fucking conference was a remaster of their E3 conference.
It was like trailer specific.
Yeah.
You know what? It sounds like I'm coming down hard on Xbox, and I am, but I'm coming down hard on them because I expect better.
I want them to do good.
I want to see Xbox fail.
I want them to flourish. Anybody who tells you I want this game or I want this console to fail, they don't deserve to be playing games in the industry. We should all want every game to succeed. We should all want every console
I want them to go back to that era where the 360 was the god. Like
360 was the king. 360 was the. I had a 360 and I played on it. It got just as much playtime as my PS3 did.
My PS3 kind of got dust a little bit. My PS3 caught a little dust.
Well, and this generation, I don't own an Xbox, so.
Yeah, see, I'm mainly PC. I'm PC, so that's kind of why I want Xbox to kind of flourish too, because it's like us PC guys, we kind of win too. It's like shit.
You know why
they're pumping out games and they're making they're making sure it comes out on PC. I support that shit. 100%.
You know why I don't want to see Xbox fail? Because I still haven't got over Dreamcast, And I feel like a lot of gamers, real talk, a lot of gamers this generation don't know what that shit feels like to see like a console just die. Like they don't know
like a great one too. I swear, man, Dreamcast was great, man.
That shit broke my heart. Yeah. That shit broke my heart. Yeah.
See, I wasn't around that time, but I always hear this stuff. I always see these games, and I'm like, man. Like, I wish I was there to play all these games on the Dreamcast.
You missed out.
Power Stone, man. Remember Power Stone?
Capcom, bring back Power Stone.
Yeah, bring back Power Stone, please.
Bring back Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon, Blue Submarine, fucking.
Bring back Clockwork Knight. I'm just kidding. Don't bring back Clockwork Knight.
No. Keep that shit. No. But I feel you.
Dreamcast had the best fighting games. The best.
Soul Calibur 1.
Yes, Soul Calibur, first Shenmue.
Remember Rival Schools? Rival Schools was on that.
Bloody Roar.
Virtual Fighter.
Bloody Roar was my shit too.
Bloody Roar.
Those were some games that Xbox.
Star Gladiator 2.
Star Gladiator,
Phantasy Star Online.
Dragon Force.
Dragon Force. Sonic Adventure.
Dragon Force is on Saturn, but still.
Still Sega.
Fucking Street Fighter Third Strike, the best Street Fighter ever made.
Yeah, Street Fighter Third Strike is the best Street Fighter ever made, for sure.
NBA 2K, Mike, NBA 2K.
It's yours.
All right, so now I did want to talk about Gamescom though. I know we talked about Microsoft's press conference, but what about the games? They did show a lot of like floor demos, and I kind of wanted to go through and see if you guys checked any out. Cuphead. Cuphead was very prominent at Gamescom. What you guys think of what they showed about that game?
Well, I've been into this game since they first showed it off. I'm like, I love the art style. They're going with the old style cartoon, and then like the animation's flawless, music's great, everything about it.
I already paid for my copy. I just want to be able to play it.
Yep, I already paid for my copy.
I know the developers kind of poured their heart out about it on Gamescom, and they were just like, it was definitely a passion project for them. Go ahead, Achilles.
Oh, I was really hyped for the game when it was first announced, but the hype really died down when I heard it was only couch co-op. So I think I'm gonna still get the game, I'm still play it, but I'm definitely gonna wait for it to drop on Steam or sell.
Yeah, it is couch co-op.
I found that to be expected when Mike came to my stream the other day. He's like, "You're gonna be so triggered. They made this game, it's local co-op only," and I'm like, "It should be." I mean, they literally said we're trying to make this game like classic games like Gunstar Heroes. So the only way you're gonna get that feel of Gunstar Heroes is playing with your buddy next to you. You're not gonna get the same feel of Gunstar Heroes online.
But it's 2017.
It doesn't matter what the year is. It doesn't matter. If you're trying to go for a specific feel, you're not going to get that feel unless you make it the way the stuff was.
You know how much work it is to get a buddy to come over? We both have to have the same work schedule. I have to clean my room. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The whole point is they are gearing it towards classic, video gaming. All the stuff you guys were just hyped about talking about for like Sega and crap is what they were, trying to go for, and that's why they did that.
That's true. That's true.
It was already expected for me that it was going to be local. I hate local games. I hate it. But that one I already knew was going to be because they literally said they were trying to make it just like those other games. And they're not going to be able to do that if they make it online.
Why not? Why can't I have that same feel with a party with my best friend? We can't, you know what I mean? It feels like he's on my couch even though he's not there. And every time they show the game, it's always two players playing. It's not one person playing. Whenever I see gameplay, I always see two characters playing. So I just think it's
they're pushing it. They need to push it for the local for that because they're going for that, nostalgia. You're playing it with your buddy right next to you or whatever. Plus, the game is super freaking short. Who's gonna want to play a game like that online when they can go put hours and hours into something else? They're not gonna sit there, play that for a little bit and then it's not gonna happen online.
So
people want to play something for hours and hours and hours, and the Cuphead is not the game for that.
Not true. So I have to clean. I have to prep my house. I have to go get snacks and stuff because I'm on a liquid diet. My friends are gonna fall for it, so they're gonna have to bring food over here and eat in my face and stuff.
Just while you're at it.
You're able to do it for a sports thing, so there's no reason why you can't do it for a video game. All right, I guarantee if there was a big game going out, you would have your buds come over, you'd have your eating chips in your face, and you'd be watching the ball game. So you can do it for this game too.
Nah, well, not me, but
Achilles also.
It is facts, though.
Hold on, Achilles. You also get unlimited lives.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I ain't gonna speak on it.
See, that's what triggered. That's what triggered Terry.
That did not trigger me. You triggered me when you said the game was trash because they did that, and I got ticked off because you literally hyped Battletoads up when it came out on Rare Replay because they literally had infinite lives, which you played it with infinite lives. And you said the game was great, and then you're gonna go and tell me Cuphead is trash when they do the same thing. You
hold on. I didn't know that. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
There's infinite lives. There's no mode where it's the standard amount of lives.
There's no option where you can choose to take off the infinite lives or not, and you got to start on baby mode before you go to hard mode.
And they're going for old school feel, but they're giving us infinite lives.
But wait a minute. What is hard mode then? What is hard mode?
Infinite lives.
Right. Hard mode still has infinite lives?
Yes.
Yes.
So how is it hard?
Is it hard maybe like obstacles or something?
Beat it hard? Like you just keep trying over.
I don't know. All I heard is you have to start on baby mode and you get infinite lives. Then once you beat the game on baby mode, or whatever you want to call it, that's what Terry calls it. Then you jump up to hard mode, which also has infinite lives.
I'll reserve any rants till I play the game.
Right, I got to play that myself first. All right, so next up, the next game, Biomutant. Have you guys heard about that game? Biome.
No, I haven't.
nice.
It looks derivative as shit.
Really? You didn't think so? What's up with it, John? What did not appeal to you?
Well, I mean, it looks like Rocket Raccoon is starring in Horizon Zero Dawn.
With a mix of DMC, Ebony, and Ivory with a bit of Cloud.
Shit.
I mean, to me, I'm just like, okay, like, do yourselves a favor and look up the font for the box art. It even looks like Horizon Zero Dawn's box art font. I'm like, okay, I mean, it's just okay, it's fine. It doesn't look all that interesting to me, just simply because I mean, like I don't know. It just looks super fucking derivative. Like it looks rote and derivative, and I am super not impressed. And it looks the gameplay looks janky as fuck right now too. And I get that it's probably early. When is that supposed to come out? When does that game actually come out?
They said late 2018 or something like that. They definitely didn't say. Yeah.
Oh no, this dude ain't lying. It does look like Horizon Zero Dawn font. I'm done.
I mean, seriously, look it up. I'm like. And then I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is Rocket Raccoon in Horizon Zero Dawn. Like that's what it looks like to me. And it just doesn't appeal to me visually at all. Like not one bit.
I don't know. I felt different about it. I mean, I love that like when it goes into like bullet time mode when he chops that dude's fucking club. I love that shit. And then he kind of chased him down, the main protagonist down, and it was like I don't know. I thought it looks kind of good. You could customize the little Rocket Raccoon dude. Like you can make him like how you want him. You know, it's like you can make him skinny. They made him skinny with like purple dots and shit. I'm like, all right, whatever. But I still thought that definitely with some work and some time put into it, that it could be pretty dope. It could be a pretty vast adventure. It looks.
Who knows? I mean, dude, it could be fucking game of the year. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It could be amazing. It's just like I don't know. It's like the little kid in me is kind of like, wow.
I mean, it's weird. Like, I mean, it's weird. Like our perception of things changes over time. Like, I could see more of Biome next year and be like, holy shit! Like, fucking Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom. Like, when we first heard about this, somebody's like, what the fuck?
Fairback.
Are you serious?
Man, I'm still like that kind of.
No, dude, that's day one. Like day one for me. Like, I'm fucking taking off work to play Mario plus Rabbids.
Are you serious, man?
Dude, Mario XCOM, you damn right I'm taking off.
Dude, I just can't, man. It's like Mario.
He does have a point because at first I was like, this game's gonna be retarded, and I'm like, well, I love the XCOM, and it's Mario version. I'm like, this might be actually interesting.
I do like XCOM, though. I'm with you on that. I do like XCOM and shit. So. Maybe I don't know. I'm glad we said Mario Rabbids because they announced at Gamescom that they're gonna have a season pass.
Yeah, I mean
that. Was that unexpected or?
Yeah, it was. But fine, whatever. I mean, sometimes it's a crapshoot, right? Like I get that people are upset about the season pass culture we live in now, and everything's got microtransactions. But sometimes these turn out to be really good.
Like the Zelda DLCs.
Yeah,
man, exactly. Don't get me triggered on that shit, man. Oh my god.
But I mean, it's not all bad. So I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt and see what they have to offer in regards to a season pass. It's worked out well for Final Fantasy 15. I mean, they've got. I'm one of those people. I love Final Fantasy 15. I thought that what they're doing with the game, improving it over time, and dropping all this content in along with the season pass, I think is great. I wish more games would follow that model. So we'll see what happens. Usually these season passes are nothing that are required. So if you don't want it, then just don't get it. Like, and if you decide you want to do it later, just get it later.
Now I feel like one of the worst games for a season pass right now is like For Honor and Rainbow Six Siege because you're going to get it either way. Like it's like, oh, I get the character 7 days early, but then I could just grind out like a few more of those points and just get the character either way.
Yeah, but sometimes they make it damn near impossible, though. Yeah, sometimes they make it damn near impossible.
You have to play a crap ton of it. That's all. But I feel like it's kind of useless at the same time. Where there are other games where the season pass are definitely worth it. That drop a lot of content.
You had mentioned Final Fantasy 15, John. They announced at Gamescom too that it's coming out on PC. They did their official announcement. 4K, it said 60 FPS if you have a beefy ass machine, but they definitely said that they got it running really well and they worked close with NVIDIA, and they had this nice trailer where they showed like all these different versions of like shadow casting and like all this amazing stuff. You know, that was one of those games I've always wanted to play. See, I don't have a PS4 yet, so I've always wanted to play it. And you know, that Final Fantasy announcement was like, oh God, I can breathe again. You know, I can fucking play that shit. Now, John, you played it, right? You have it on what, PS4, right?
Yeah, I've put like 130 hours into it.
Oh shit! Now, you know, you ask one of our panelists, Terry, and she'll say it's the worst game ever. But why do you like Final Fantasy? What sticks out about Final Fantasy 15 for you?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm a lifelong Final Fantasy. I've played every single Final Fantasy game, both mainline and you know, Splinter, you know, spin-off games like, you know, Tactics and stuff like that. But the reason, but Final Fantasy 15 is my second favorite behind Final Fantasy 6, which is Final Fantasy 3 on the Nintendo. The reason for that is because I've got a long history with my bros, my friends, and we spent a lot of time together. We did a lot of road trips together, and one of them actually passed away a few years ago. He committed suicide. And so that feeling of being on a road trip with your bros and hanging out with your bros really resonated with me. So plus I just love the combat system. I think the combat system is dope. It's a great open world. It's fun to just walk through. You know, the enemy designs are great. It's got a great villain. And you know, people complain about Lunafreya being a weak female you know, protagonist, and you know,
I heard about that. Yeah.
Well, and people complain about the love story between her and Noctis being half baked, but I don't really mind because I consider the real love story in the game to be Noctis and his buddies.
Right. Their time together.
I do agree with you. It was more of a brothers in arms, like
that's what it is. Yeah,
a brothers in arms story more.
Yeah, so I mean, I loved it. Yeah, I mean, I love Final Fantasy 15. And when all the DLC is out, I'm going to do a whole other 150 hours to it.
Oh, so you're going to do that? You're going through PC version. So you're doing PC version.
No. I'm going to do I'm a console guy. I'm going to do the PS4 version again.
Okay, so you're going to do PS4 version. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What do you think of the Final Fantasy 7 remake?
I think I'm really going to enjoy playing it in 2024 when it comes out. It's going to be really good.
Right when that motherfucker really comes out.
Man, why is it gonna take that long?
Maybe when I'm 60 years old and I'm you know shitting in a bag, then you know that'll be good. Yeah, I'll look forward to playing it then. But you know, the Square Enix has got to. I mean, they're notorious for this, right? Like they announced this fucking thing in 2014.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
And we haven't like I mean they announced Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2013, and here it is. We still haven't played it or anything.
They got close. We're getting close, though. We're getting
close. It also took them 10 years to get Final Fantasy 15 out. So
meanwhile, they're making Final Fantasy 15 mobile games.
I'm actually kind of, I love my Switch. So I'm kind of interested in the in bringing that little miniaturized version to the Switch.
I saw that it's like cool. Final 15 Adventures or something like that. It's like the chibi version.
It's the entire game recreated in chibi form. So I'm all over that. I'm all over it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I loved 15, and I understand people didn't like some people didn't like it, and that's fine. You know, the great thing about Final Fantasy games is that aside from like a few games, nobody agrees on which games are like in their top 5 for Final Fantasy.
Right,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think everyone's top 5 always includes 7.
Mine doesn't.
I didn't like 7 either. I like my number 1 would be Final Fantasy X. Then it goes to Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 6, the first Final Fantasy, and then there was a Final Fantasy fighting game that I liked.
I mean, you're probably thinking about Dissidia.
Dissidia, yeah.
But the thing about Final Fantasy,
that's coming to PS4 soon too. I'm definitely picking that up.
Yep. Oh, I mean, I know I've got the beta. I'm in the beta for it, which is pretty cool. But the thing about Final Fantasy VII is that like it's a great game, but I mean some games hold up better than others, and Final Fantasy VII does not hold up well.
At all.
Just like Resident Evil 4, I recognize that Resident Evil 4 is one of the greatest games of all time, but not today. It does not hold up well at all. It's clunky, it's ugly, it controls like shit. You can't fucking move and aim like that. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, like, and I went back and played the HD version. I'm like, wow, this game did not age well at all. And it's the same thing with 7. Like, I got my platinum for Final Fantasy 7 HD, and it's great. I still love Final Fantasy 7, but I don't know if I'd put it in my top 5 today because it like everything exists on a spectrum, not just in games but in life, and your perception of things changes over time. And when you go back and you compare like Final Fantasy VII to like Final Fantasy 15 from a narrative standpoint and from a visual standpoint, from a gameplay standpoint, Final Fantasy 15 is a superior game. I mean, it's just the way it is. And I'm sure in 10 years when Final Fantasy fucking 23 comes out, then that'll be a better game than 15. But that's kind of how I look at it.
15,
it'll be Final Fantasy 16
right now.
Yeah. It'll probably be Final Fantasy 15 too. But it's just kind of how I look at it, And but again, the great thing about Final Fantasy games is that nobody really agrees, and I'm like, I think 12 is hot trash, and
that's the worst one to me. I think.
How do you feel about Final Fantasy 2? Or the U.S. version of Final Fantasy. That's my favorite one.
Final Fantasy 2 is garbage. Like it's not a very good game. But that's more of a. I mean, that's more of a sign of when it came out. Like it's just an archaic fucking game. There's no.
Yeah.
Are you talking? Do you know which version I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about Final Fantasy 2 for the Super Nintendo, which is 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I love 4.
It's my top 5 easy.
No, 4 was dope. Yeah.
6 is my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. The U.S. version is considered Final Fantasy 2 on the Super Nintendo.
No. So the U.S. version of 6 is 3. The U.S. version of 4 is 2.
What is the Roman numeral IV?
That's 4.
That's 4.
Okay, my fault then. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I lose a life.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me. Oh shit! All right, so.
Nah, but that one is my favorite.
And Leon, you're a school teacher. What the hell going on?
Oh shit!
Yo, man, don't be talking about my profession on the podcast.
Right, he put you out there.
Government out there.
He put your government. All right, so there's another game that they talked about, which really intrigued me, was Secret of Mana. They have a new remake of the first one coming out for PC, PS4,
and is it in
PlayStation
3D now?
Yeah, it's like fully 3D. It's like it's like a remake.
I'd rather just have the 16-bit game localized for the Switch.
Really?
Yep. There's something about pixel art. There's something about pixel art to me that holds up better than for sure. And we're actually going to have this conversation on our podcast next week. Is the fact that like a game like Chrono Trigger looks heads and shoulders better than like Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time looks like muddy shit. It does. It looks awful. It looks awful now. But Chrono Trigger, you can still appreciate the beautiful pixel art and animation of a game like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite RPGs of all time.
Pixel art
I love Chrono Trigger, man.
And that's running on inferior hardware. So why is that? Like, why do 16-bit games hold up better than 64-bit games?
It's the pixel art, man. The pixel art
is
so beautiful.
It's the polygons too.
But that's I woke up this morning. I love Secret of Mana, and I woke up this morning and I saw the news about Secret Mana, and my first question was, why isn't it on Switch? Vita? Like, Vita's fucking dead. Like, why is this coming out on Vita?
Yeah, I thought that same shit too. I was like, why?
I think like Vita. Yeah,
I let a coworker borrow my Vita, and she's had it for 6 months now. And like this morning was the first I fucking thought about that thing. I was like, oh yeah, she's got my Vita.
I used to love my Vita though. It was like an RPG.
It was great. It was great, but I haven't thought about it since the fucking Switch came out.
Since Switch came out,
it's because you've been too busy playing with the Switch.
But but the Switch is like perfect for like a new Secret of Mana. So I don't exactly it's weird, right? Like, and that's the thing about the Switch is like it's such a cool system. I want to play every fucking game on my Switch.
Yeah.
So you got Sonic Mania? You got it?
Yeah.
I have it on the Switch.
I have Sonic Mania, and it reminds me that Sonic the Hedgehog is good, but in doses. I mean, Sonic Mania has problems. But getting back, well, I mean, like in the last two, I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog is all about speed and speed and speed. Right. The last 2 or 3 levels of that game completely turn that on its head, and they put a brick wall up, and they force you to go slow, and that's the antithesis of what Sonic the Hedgehog is supposed to be.
That's pretty unfortunate, you know.
But
it was hype. You know, its PC version comes out in 2 or 3 days, something like that.
Yeah,
I was really hyped about that.
But you were talking about Secret of Mana, and the 3D visuals of the Secret of Mana remake just don't look as appealing to me as the old 16-bit pixelated stuff.
It looked stiff, didn't it? I thought it looked kind of stiff.
If you download a Japanese account, you can download Secret of Mana on your Switch.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
I can't read fucking Japanese, so it's like I'm like, what
Right,
the
like,
fuck is
fuck,
happening?
where am I
Like,
going? What the fuck?
That's why I'm tight about Monster Hunter. It's like I want that shit to come out in America.
Like,
that shit's
and,
coming
you know,
out.
I would like and that's why I'm saying I would rather just have the localization of the Seiken Densetsu collection. Like, I would just rather have that.
Like Secret of Mana 3 was my favorite out of all of them, even though I liked the first one a lot.
And we haven't had 2. Like 2 is on the collection, and we still have not gotten that in America, and it's right there, and they won't localize it. I'm like, God damn it! Like, come on!
I played
I
played the DJAP versions on the emulator, and they had them all translated. I was surprised that they were able to do it, on the emulator, but they couldn't like localize it, just for like us to buy it as a consumer. It was just really weird. So I decided to do that because I really wanted to see where the series went, and I loved where it went. And it was just amazing that they didn't take it there. Like, they didn't take advantage of that. They still could do it. Like, literally, if they released it today with that, I think it would still sell, with no problem. It said we localize, 2, 3, the other spinoff of Seiken. I can't remember what it was called. It was like, had a male and female protagonist, and you played them at the same time. I can't remember.
Legend of Mana.
Yeah, Legend of Mana. Yeah. And it's like, seemed like that would be like a number one thing, especially.
Well, there would be. There's a demand for these games. Like, look at what's happening with the Super Nintendo Classic. I mean, there's a demand for older games, and there's a huge demand, and it's unfortunate that a company like Nintendo is monopolizing that demand and using it to string people along. It's a whole other. But
you know what? We talked about that, and I kind of wish this on Nintendo because I always felt that Nintendo kind of held back a lot just because they weren't the money grubbers that they are. So they never just put it out. It's just like with Pokemon. Just put it out.
Fuck the Super Nintendo Classic. Just give me the Virtual Console.
Just give it to me.
Yeah.
Or put
why are they doing that?
Put these games on because money. But put these games on cartridges and just put them on the Switch. Give me like the fucking Final Fantasy collection on a cartridge, or give me the Seiken Densetsu collection on a cartridge, or give me Super Metroid, or put them on a Virtual Console. Do something. Like I refuse to buy a Super Nintendo Classic. I refuse.
Oh, you're not getting it. You're not getting it.
You can't buy it anyway. That shit.
That shit sold the fuck out.
I was ready to go. I had all my credit card information logged into Walmart.com.
Oh yeah, me too.
Reloading it, and then I reloaded it. It said pre-order now, so I clicked it, put it in my cart, hit confirm payment, gone.
I had this shit
sold out.
Damn.
It took
that shit sold out.
6 fucking seconds for that thing, and that's when I was like, I'm done.
Right.
I was like, I'm not gonna chase. I'm not gonna be up at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning or lining up at a Toys R Us at 3 a.m. to buy a fucking Super Nintendo Classic. I'm not gonna tell Nintendo that that's okay, because people obviously want these fucking games. They want these fucking systems, and Nintendo clearly does not want us to have them. So,
yeah, I agree.
So if that's the case, Nintendo, fuck you. I'll download a ROM.
That's where I'm at right now.
I mean, shit.
That's what I want to give it, and they don't want it. So fine, you won't get it.
And the thing is, like, I got a Raspberry Pi. I already have all them damn games. I don't really. It's nostalgia.
Oh yeah, it's like having that actual system.
But you can literally go to like Target or whatever, and they literally have mini consoles there that do the exact same thing. They have the games on. They have a mini Genesis there. They have a mini Atari, and I think they have something else already there. You can already do this.
They're not very good though. I
even if they're not good.
Yeah, that's true though.
Same concept,
because that RetroCon or whatever they got at Target
were still bad though. I'm saying if the ones Nintendo was putting out were the same quality, people would still want them just because Nintendo's name is on it.
Yeah, but it's funny that you bring up that Sega consoles. I played one of those, and there's like Phantasy Star, Sonic Hedgehog, and then like 30 versions of Clown Party, and
that's fucking,
what the fuck is this?
Right.
Like
homebrew games and shit.
Yeah, it's like pin the tail on the donkey. Like no, I don't want to do that.
Don't fucking press B to do that shit. Right?
Who wants to play Hangman on the Sega Genesis?
Solitaire. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
All right. Well, we're on our potluck news segment now. It's just a kind of a random grab of news that was out there. And the first topic is Mass Effect. The developers said that Mass Effect is not dead. I know there was like
needs
it's
to
dead
die.
as fuck. Yeah, because they talked about it. They said they sent out a plea, and they said we don't want our fans to think that Mass Effect is dead because we shelved it. I'm like, seems like that's the term of dead, right? Shelved. Right?
They want to end it on a high note, is what's happened, and they didn't even want. They were. I'm still triggered about it. They literally said 3 was going to be the last game, and then they went and came out Andromeda, and then they had like a noobs make Andromeda, and it was ass. And now they're saying they're going to they're not going to stop now because now everyone hates hates the series because the last one was so bad. So now they're like now we have to redeem ourselves. This is what
his dad like I got into it on Twitter with somebody over this, and I said, hey, Mass Effect, so rest in peace, Mass Effect. It was nice knowing you. And somebody says, it's not dead, John. It's not dead. And I said, really? You think so? And he goes, how do you know it's dead? And I said, do you remember when EA said they wanted to do another Dead Space? You remember that?
Yeah.
2012. The Dead Space franchise is very important to us.
Right.
And it's not something that we're going to give up. We really want to do another one. 4 fucking years later. No, I'm sorry. 5 years later. Where's Dead Space? It's fucking dead. Just like this is what companies say.
They had a team do a Battlefield instead.
Yeah, they're also working on Anthem for 10 years.
They're working on Anthem. Everybody's working on Anthem. We actually had Mike Laidlaw, who's the creative director of Dragon Age, on our podcast a few months ago, and Mike's a really good guy, and you just. Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead. Right.
And it's probably, and it's sad, but it's probably never fucking coming back either.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect. I've always been a fan of Mass Effect, but I got real triggered with Andromeda because I had a choice between buying that or what's that one game? It was made by Platinum.
Nier.
Nier. Yeah, Nier. And I had a choice between the two, and it was like I had that $160, and I said, all right, I'm gonna spend it on motherfucking Mass Effect because that's like I'm a huge fan of the series. Bought the shit, put in about 30 hours, realized that this shit was fucking bullshit.
Garbage.
Like garbage. Like I couldn't believe it.
Here's the thing, right? I know some of the people at BioWare. Like I said, I hung out with Mike Laidlaw at PAX East, and he's a good guy, and they've got good people at BioWare, and they worked hard on this game. There were problems with the game. I'm not going to say it's garbage simply because it's a well-made game. It's just more Mass Effect. It didn't. If you played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, you know exactly what you're getting with Andromeda, and it didn't do anything to move the needle for the series. And I think that was the big problem with it, is that it was just a continuation of Mass Effect, only with a slightly inferior narrative and characters that weren't compelling. Is, for example, there's no Garrus, there's no Rex, there's no Thane. I don't think any of the characters were as compelling as the older Mass Effect characters.
But now, if you look at my profile and see my character right there, like, what the fuck? You're gonna say,
yeah. Well, what about that that whole thing with that racist ass dude that was there too? Like, he was like one of the I don't know if he was like a character designer or I can't remember what his role was.
Oh, is that the guy with the mug who was with the white tears mug?
Yeah. Because I heard there was some, I don't know. I know you're an inside guy, man, but there was rumblings that dude kind of like sabotage some of the shit, like.
Nah,
Really,
that's
that because you can't make a white dude. Like there was complaints that you could not make like an actual white dude. Like you can make
I don't know about that. I mean that guy was a prick, but he did. I don't think he sabotaged the game or anything.
And I remember something that Preston told me. He's like, so here's the thing: both the brother and sister were white, but the dad came out black. That's what happened to Preston, if I remember.
I just think
that happens in a lot of games.
Yeah, I just think Andromeda had its share of problems. I'm going to stop short of calling the game garbage simply because I don't think it's fair to call it garbage. It's a competent game. It looks great. The combat is actually the best.
I love the combat. I was just going to say, I love the combat. I thought the combat was the best in the series.
Which makes it all the more frustrating that the skeleton of a really good game was there. There just wasn't any meat on the bones.
Man,
I was just too detached when I played it. Like I didn't care about the story. I definitely didn't care about my crewmates. Like I literally just had them auto level up because I didn't care about any of those characters that were on my crew. I couldn't care less about. I was like, if you guys die, if you come with me, I don't care.
Honestly,
nothing to
they
me.
shouldn't have even made the game. Honestly, Mass Effect Andromeda is like the Matrix sequels. It was interesting to look at, but it just didn't need to exist.
It's true.
I'll have to disagree with that.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Too much of a good thing, you know what I mean?
Another
for sure.
thing is,
I like Matrix
because
1.
of this
I like Matrix
problem-
1.
Well, it's like I mean, things need to die, right? And it's like they killed Uncharted off at the right time. Like I love the Uncharted series, but it's over now, and I'm glad it's over. And
I don't think they're going to end it.
As far as Nathan Drake goes, Nathan Drake's story is done.
Yeah, his story is done for sure.
He's not coming back, and that's
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Who knows? Though? I mean, there's a chance. I mean, if they keep the series going, let's say they want to, keep going with Chloe or whoever. I mean, if they're continuing the timeline, I mean, they literally could in upcoming games have Nathan show up.
I don't think they're going to.
They're not.
If they wanted to, they literally could. They could just have him show up as like a cameo.
But they won't. Like I'm telling you, I'm friends with one of the multiplayer designers for Uncharted 4, and Nathan's not coming back.
He's done. He's done.
I do have a question though. Like, since there's 4 Uncharted games, spin-off Lost Legacy, how many do you think The Last of Us is going to last? Like, how many games?
Probably 2 or 3.
I would say 2 or 3.
I heard a trilogy.
Yeah, I'm thinking a trilogy, and then it's done.
There are ways to continue the Uncharted series. Like Lost Legacy is fucking amazing. I'm playing it right now.
It was a good game.
I would love to see like a prequel starring Sully, young Sully, and make it like in the early '80s. And make it a heist or like a heist game.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty fucking dope.
But I don't think we're going to get that. What we're going to get, I think, is more Chloe and Nadine.
I want to see them do a game with Nathan Drake's daughter.
No, I would rather leave the Drake family alone. I feel like that's been done
because that'll be oversaturated for sure. With
and I feel like they put the perfect. The closure for the Drake storyline was perfect. And if you haven't played, I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end. But they definitively ended that story in a very smart, very touching, very meaningful way. And I feel like a continuation with anybody with the last name Drake would kind of cheapen that for me. I would prefer that they didn't do that. I think there are other stories in that universe that are capable of being told. I just don't think any of them involve or should involve anybody in the Drake family. That being said, I think I'd love to see a Sully prequel. I'd love to see more Chloe because I think there are some Tomb Raider comparisons to be made there.
Mm-hmm. Even I would love a Sully game.
Sully's the best character in the series. Like
he's the only interesting character.
I wouldn't go that far, but Sully's a fantastic character, and I would love to see a young Sully, pre-mustache Sully, even.
Right?
I don't know if that would work. I don't know if I can handle Sully without the mustache.
That's a nightmare. But
although I would love to see Naughty Dog try their hand at like an RPG.
Absolutely.
Like a Dragon Age, like what kind of RPG? Like a BioWare style RPG?
Yeah, like something like that, or like a dyed in the wool, true no bullshit horror game.
I don't think they could create enough interesting characters with how they currently do things.
Have you played The Last of Us?
Yes, and I hated it.
Hold on.
No, hold on. Shit. I'm gonna get this one for you, John. I'm gonna get this one for you. Here we go. I'm gonna give him one of that.
No, I see where Austin's coming from on that though, because literally, Naughty Dog is guilty where they literally make all their characters pretty much the same. Even with Lost Legacy, Chloe literally has the exact same skill set as Nathan. She's a completely different person, but they literally gave her the exact same
Joel and Ellie are one of the most interesting dynamics in gaming. Like, I don't see how anybody could find that not interesting. I mean, you've got a guy who is morally reprehensible. Like, Joel is not a good person. And then you've got and he's trying to protect this child, and he grows to love her as a daughter. Like, I don't see how anybody could not find that interesting. Because
it's cliched and boring.
How is it cliched?
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Yeah, I've never heard. How's that cliche?
Totally burned out.
Hold on. I feel a debate coming on.
it's the little details in Uncharted, or not Uncharted, in The Last of Us that make that what it is. Like I'm a former Marine. I've been to war and I've seen people die, and I've never seen it handled the way that Naughty Dog handles it in The Last of Us. Like, I mean, when you go up to somebody and you're choking them, if you pan the camera around, you can see them gasping for air. You can see their eyes bulge and their tongue sticks out of their mouth, and it's visceral. And what makes it really hit home is when you overhear some of the conversations. Like, there's a conversation early in the game when you're going after this one guy. I can't remember his name. But I mean, they're not talking about, yeah, we're gonna kick the door in and rape the bitches, like we're gonna take all their food. These guys, he's like, man, I really hope my cousin's okay. And then I'm fucking choking the life out of him, like 2 seconds later, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what? Like, what am I? And that's when that game hit. That's when it hit me that this game is this game is different. Like this game is exploring themes that most games don't dare touch. In the sense that these aren't villains. These aren't evil men. These are just men trying to survive, men with families. And I'm fucking killing them. These people are no better than me. Some of these people I'm choking the life out of are probably better people than Joel. And that really fucking hit home for me.
It's the hard decisions, that hard ass decision.
Like at the end, like we can talk spoiler. Like the game's like 5 years old now. Like I think that the statute on spoilers is fucking done.
Yeah, for sure.
Incredible.
But at the end of the game, like Ellie, he chooses. I mean, he chooses basically to fuck the entire world because he misses. He's looks at Ellie as like a daughter figure now, and he has a choice. He says, I can walk away from this, or I can literally probably fuck everybody. And then he lies to her, about it, and you can see the look in her face. She's like she knows, but I don't want to say anything. And the themes this game tackled, like, I mean. Or one old boy, I can't remember his name. When the kid turns into a runner.
Oh, the two brothers.
And he kills his brother, and then he blows his fucking brains out. And the look on Joel's face is like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then it cuts to black, and I was like, "Holy shit!" like, how could you find that boring? What is rote or
he's soulless?
Yeah, honestly, I don't
soulless.
understand why people have hate towards Last of Us, because that story was like
Well,
the first
that game.
Like, I'm not judging you, or I'm trying to understand what is derivative about any of that.
Well, I was just saying that first part just made me cry. I was like,
the only parts that I liked of that game were the beginning and the part where you played as Ellie. Everything else to me was disappointing, way too linear, and way too mediocre. Like, it was all very predictable, and it was all very done before.
Way too linear.
Really?
I mean, it's
give an example of what
predictable.
Was give an example.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need specifics. Yeah.
I predicted the ending like way beforehand. Like, it
No,
was like,
you
oh,
did.
she's. Yeah, I did.
No, the hell you
Hold
didn't.
on.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Oh, the gruff character suddenly develops a heart and cares for somebody.
Oh my god!
I thought the ending was going to be Joel turns into an infected and Ellie has to kill him.
Same here.
You think they're going to do Telltale or Walking Dead season 1 full through?
That's what I was expecting, and that didn't happen. So I was like, oh shit, okay, well that subverted my expectations.
When he fell on those spikes or whatever, I thought he was going to turn.
Well, I just thought, well, like I woke up, I'm playing as Ellie. I'm like, oh, okay, Joel died. Like, I'm like, holy shit. And the game explores cannibalism and rape. Like, David was going to rape Ellie before Joel got to her. Yeah. And like, I don't know, like that game was just like the opposite of boring to me. Like, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
And then you see her exposed as like a little girl that she is, and he's holding her and like a daughter, like it was his little girl about to be raped by someone.
And I love the callback to the beginning when he's when he's carrying his daughter at the very beginning of the game. He says okay, baby girl, let's go, blah blah blah, don't worry, baby girl. And then at the very end of the game, when he's carrying Ellie to that hospital, he's saying, I've got you, baby girl, don't worry, I've got you. And that to me was like,
it was great storytelling.
It was the perfect way to bookend that game, and I just, oh man, what a fucking game!
I like the part where you had to save Joel.
Was stellar.
You had to save Joel. That shit was dope too.
All right, let's get back on track.
I got a question for you, Austin. Austin, I got a question for you.
What's that?
All right, I know you're a true Xbox fan and everything. Is there any PlayStation exclusive game that you like that you didn't predict the ending and the story.
I like Bloodborne and I like Neo.
Okay,
And
I'll accept that.
I like the Ratchet and Clank series, and I like Jack. I like those kinds of things. But lately, I just haven't been impressed with some of their exclusives.
I mean,
I want to get that out of there because I mean, every time we talk about like Last of Us or Uncharted, you're like, man, those are trash games.
Man, I don't like Naughty Dog's style. It's just everything, and everybody praises their writing, but like,
oh, dude, the writing.
Oh, you like Jack and Dexter, but you hate Naughty Dog. What?
The writing.
Yeah, but when's the last time they? But when's the last time they made a Jack and Daxter game? That's my thing.
Well, like, I mean,
just make one.
There's a scene. There's a scene in The Last of Us between Joel and Tess has been bitten and she's infected, and she's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" She's pushing me, and she gets up in Joel's face, and she says, and she gestures with her hands, and she says, "I know there's enough here for that, that you feel some kind of debt to me." And I was like, man, oh shit, this is fucking blowing me away. As opposed to like Gears 4, it was just like, aliens bad, shoot them. And I'm like, okay, and it's like the same.
Aliens bad,
dude, bro, and shit.
And I'm just like, okay, like so when people say, oh, the game has bad writing, I mean, no, it doesn't. Like, I mean, it just doesn't. So I don't understand that statement. The Last of Us has fucking phenomenal writing.
It does.
Yeah, it won plenty of awards for its story and writing. Yeah.
I just what do people consider good writing games?
I did find things predictable in The Last of Us. I loved the game. It was an amazing game, but there were moments where I predicted before things were going to happen that it was going to happen.
Man, these people are soothsayers and
start
shit.
Doing game prediction episodes.
Hell yeah, lock some shit in. Hell yeah, really see like if you think you can predict
there's
this
been plenty of times when I stream games, I'm like, oh, this shit's gonna happen in the game, and then I get to it, and then everyone in my stream just is blown away. Like, how did you call that? It's because this shit is. You guys
are like Miss Cleo.
You know they lying.
Whole bunch of little fingers.
Why the fuck you lying?
All right. So now next game on the potluck news is Madden NFL 18 releases. Anybody big football fans here? Anybody buy it? You got it?
No,
I did.
Not me.
I have.
I bought
Mike bought it.
I had it.
I got the GOAT edition.
If it's not hockey, I don't give a shit.
I'm buying hockey, 2K. The only one I'm not buying is FIFA.
Okay, so
I'm not buying live.
It's a great game. It's a good game. Besides,
how's that story mode?
Besides long shot, that long shot story mode is trash.
Why is
need to
that?
make a?
Yeah, why is it trash? What's garbage about it, Mike?
Does it have bad storytelling?
You don't actually.
The story's, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just, all right, Achilles, you know how you always say you don't like Telltale games?
It's true.
It's like
Not all of them.
I like Telltale games when they're not glitching out and fucking.
All right, well,
they all glitch out.
Long shot is a Telltale game. You might as well just say it. You don't walk around or anything. It's all QTE.
Really?
Long shot is.
I mean, it's a football game, so I don't expect too much.
It's not like you want the fucking Horizon Zero Dawn experience, right?
You don't actually play a game of football in the game.
Yeah, you don't play any.
Really?
Well, do you do like the training modes where like you run a route or something like that?
Well, the whole story is you gave up football and you're coming back and you're going through a contest thing to get like I guess it's like a contract or whatever. It's not really sport. I mean, it's fucking.
Should sports games even have a story mode? Because I'm on the side that I feel like they're kind of stupid.
You don't play 2K story mode?
I didn't like it.
Fully written
I didn't
out.
like it. I thought it was stupid.
Well, see, that's the thing. At least in 2K, you're actually
I like the
on
2K
the court
story mode, and you're
around.
doing advertisements and you're doing endorsements and stuff like that. I like doing that.
Yeah, but it's all predetermined. It's like.
But that's cool. I like that.
But I like going through the life of what a sports star might go through. I mean, it's not like that at all.
It's not like that at all. Yo.
Hey guys,
it's still fun. You're feeling like you're going through something.
Hey guys, I don't interrupt. I just got a text message from my wife. I've got to run. I've got to go upstairs. Okay. I was supposed to be here last Friday and I couldn't make it, and now I'm this Friday. I'm like fucking 45 minutes late, and I've got to leave like half an hour early. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay, man.
But
It was
if you
awesome
guys-
having
if
you,
you
man.
guys, and well, if you guys have an extra slot next Friday, I can make it up to you.
Absolutely,
Awesome.
for sure.
Awesome.
But who was it that I was
Hold on.
going back and forth with on The Last of Us?
Oh,
Austin.
Austin.
That was me.
Austin.
Hey, Austin.
You all said Austin.
Austin. Hey man, it's just video games, man. It's nothing personal, man. But one of you do that. But yeah, no, you guys have been a blast. I appreciate you having me on, man.
I mean, no problem, man. It's been a pleasure, man. It's an honor, man.
Yeah,
Just definitely,
thanks, man.
we definitely have a spot for you next week as well, man. Because we're it's close to our 50th episode, and I think I got something planned. So just be ready to kind of be thrown into some shit. So,
Oh, shit.
I can handle it, man. I guarantee I can handle it.
all right, cool, man. Well, thanks for being on, man. We got your link below, so if you guys want to follow his channel, his website as well, just check all of that shit out. I have it below, so just hit
please
that
go
follow, subscribe.
I think Mike wants to
Yeah,
say
say-
something.
Go
I
ahead.
was
Man.
gonna say, do you want to do your outro there?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah. So again, my name is John. You can find me at Mr. Megadov on Twitter, and I help run the Super Deformed Gamescast. It goes live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you watch some of our older episodes, we've had a lot of big guests on. We've had Quentin Cobb from Naughty Dog. We had Tommaso Di Benedetto from Housemarque. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. We've had, I don't know. I'm sure you guys know Jason Schreier, Kotaku, he's been on. Michael Huber from Easy LA. He's a friend of mine. He's been on 3 times. We have a lot of guests on. We like having a good time. So yeah, please come check us out. We would really appreciate that. Go hit that subscribe button. Go like all our videos, and yeah, help us stick it to crap gaming.
All right. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So hit that follow, hit that subscribe. Please do, because he has an amazing show, and he has definitely great guests, and you won't be disappointed. So please subscribe right now.
I appreciate that,
Do
man.
it right
I appreciate
now.
that a lot, seriously.
All right, no problem. Thank
All right,
you. We
guys.
appreciate you being on. All right,
All right, man.
take it
No
easy.
problem, man. I'm sorry. It was kind of a sorry. Sorry, I was late and sorry I had to leave early.
That's all right.
My wife, you can blame my wife for both of these. So
That's okay. That's all right. I blame my wife for a lot of shit
man.
too. So we'll catch you.
all right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Peace.
All right, peace
Take
out.
it easy.
So, but Madden, man, there's been a lot of talk about that fucking story mode. And he said that it's like it's really just QTEs though. Like really, like
It's all QTE. Every once in a while you'll throw the ball, but once you throw the ball, you push the square button to throw the ball, and you have to guide the football with
So you
right
become the
thumbstick.
football?
No,
Yes, actually, you do become the football.
actually, you become the football.
Oh my god.
all right, you know what? Hold up. I don't want to because I'm about to be triggered, man. Hold
Well, you
on.
know what Assassin's Creed when you shoot the arrow and you control where the arrow goes? That's basically what you're doing with the football.
Here's what I'm
That's
doing.
what
Here's what I'm doing. I'm skipping Madden. All right, so next
Oh,
game.
shit.
Hold on. Hear me out. But the MUT season, it's good. It's really good. I'm enjoying it more.
Is
Yeah,
there
Mutt's
anything
fun.
new about Madden from the last one?
It's Madden. Just play. You buy people buy Madden. to play.
4K grass. That's what.
Actually, the change to Frostbite, the visuals are a whole lot better than they were.
Yes.
Are the physics
So no
better?
more square elbows and shit. None of that.
The
The
physics
football
are-
physics themselves are still trash. Like that ball bounces like 1,000 feet every time it hits
Do
me.
players still run through each other's bodies and shit?
No, I haven't noticed any of that yet.
None.
No muscle clipping. None of that shit. Like like buff
think I've
arms
only
clipping
seen,
through
like,
jerseys or none
I
of that
think I've
shit.
only
shit.
seen like one foot go through someone's leg. And that's about it.
Niggas doing the spider crawl from Exorcist.
But that happens in like all sports. Games.
But it's definitely.
It's not as bad as UFC. I'm gonna put that out there.
But it's definitely.
Yo,
but
Danny,
it's
don't
definitely
laugh
a game
too
to pick
hard,
up.
Danny.
I know, man. I'm trying not to, man, but this shit's hilarious.
Might cough
All
up
right.
a lung and shit.
I know, man. I'm trying not to. All right, so
But
next
if you're a
game.
Madden fan, pick it up because you're gonna enjoy it because you're a Madden fan.
All right.
Does it still have like all the old glitches and all the stuff that people don't like about it from the old?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
haven't noticed any glitches
I
yet.
haven't noticed
Mike
any
said
glitches
Mike
yet.
said he got intercepted like 8 times during a rap match. So yes, still.
Well, that's because I was playing old Madden, but I was going against a pro.
No, dude, that's the same. I was trying to tell Eddie about that shit. It's the same old automatic catch button move that they've had through every game.
The aggressive catch.
No, that
Right,
all
the aggressive
Madden stuff
catch.
is hard, man.
And
That all Madden shit. Is no
you
joke.
can't get 8 interceptions in a regular game like playing in real life. So
You want to make a bet?
Oh shit!
You gotta show us, Mike.
Mike is
Danny,
dropping bets.
Danny, get a PS4 and go against the guy we played.
Yeah, go against.
I only
I'll say
threw
his name.
one interception, so I mean I'm fine. But
Right,
8 interceptions in one game. You're talking about a general Cowboys game.
Right. All right. Well. All right. I believe you. All right. So next up,
I mean, I'm
anything to get off Madden.
Right, I'm trying to get off Madden.
I'm out for him because the dude we were playing, he's a legit guy.
Yes.
All right. Well, he's legit.
Granted, I didn't lose 70
Leon, look, he's legit. He plays Madden. All right. So next game up is Yakuza. I can't say that second name. It's like Kiwami or something like that. Kiwami.
It's not out yet.
It's coming out soon.
It comes out this Tuesday.
Yeah, yes, I'm saying it comes out.
They just leaked Kiwami 2.
Yep.
Did
Ain't
they?
nobody gonna beat that damn game.
Yep.
So anybody plan on getting it? Anybody plan on getting the new Yakuza?
I already bought it.
I think I'm getting it.
I ain't gonna beat it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna look more into it.
Who beat the last Yakuza game? Who beat the last Yakuza game?
I'm almost done with Yakuza 0.
Cause I bought
I have not picked that up.
I'm not a huge fan of Yakuza, honestly. Though I've never really been a big fan of Yakuza.
They're not bad games, though. It's just they come out so many of them. It's like,
I like how crazy they are.
I felt Sleeping Dogs was a better game that was like Yakuza. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt that was a way better game than Yakuza. Open world martial arts. You know, nothing did it better than Sleeping Dogs, honestly. And Yakuza
that soundtrack was dope. I like that.
And was it like Eden, did you hear they might do a Sleeping Dogs movie and they're getting Danny Yen to be?
Oh, absolutely support the fuck out of that. Hell yeah!
You said Danny Yen.
We're not getting.
Hell
yeah! Video game movies are never that good.
I know.
It's gonna ruin it for you. Don't ever.
Don't see it. He said, "Don't go."
They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin it.
Don't go see it, Terry. That's what you said. Don't go.
No.
I don't feel like they're ever good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna go.
They're not. So don't get hyped for it.
I'll see it. I will.
All right. I'm gonna take that warning. I'm gonna heed them. But damn.
I used to be hyped for them too when I was a kid.
Man, Sleeping Dogs is one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest martial arts open world games you'll play, dude. Guaranteed.
I have the game.
I never played Jade Empire. Jade Empire was a shit.
Well, I love Jade Empire, but this one was just Sleeping Dogs. It was better than everything, you know, as far as like if that type of genre.
Just said everything.
Just that type of genre, you know, open world kung fu fantasy. There's probably one game I think rivals it, and you probably never fucking heard of it. It's called Bujingai. It came out for PlayStation 2.
That just sound like some crazy shit.
I'm telling you, man, it's like an old school like martial arts kung fu. I'm telling you, man, and it's like God of War 2. It's kind of like a mixture of the two.
Like an ancient game and a fucking mystical boats and shit.
There's like mystical martial. It's called Bujingai Forsaken City, and it came out for PlayStation 2, and it was amazing.
I never heard of it.
Chaz, what you gonna say? I mean, Achilles.
Let me ask you, the fighting system and Yakuza versus Sleeping Dogs. Which one is better?
Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs, that parry attack system. See, Yakuza was more like Virtua Fighter. It's like stiff ass combos. You know what I'm saying? It's like the air juggles.
Got that
and shit.
NBA Live.
Yeah, it's got the NBA Live juggles. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Sleeping Dogs was like Bruce Lee shit. You know what I'm saying? I blocked that knee, kicked you in the motherfucking cheek. You know what I'm saying? And when you spin around, I hit you in the back with that elbow.
Executions though, when you could just take a nigga head and just put that nigga head.
Put that shit in heaven. Hell yeah. You know, you at the bank, motherfucker want to test you and shit. You pull that bank teller shit down, bam, on the back of his neck. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing
down on that nigga.
You know what you do with a Yakuza? You walking with your fist closed, no matter what you doing. and even walking near buildings, you're still in like fight mode, and like it's like when you're near something, you don't interact with it. You're just still in like virtual fighter mode. And I never thought that was like, I never thought that was great for me.
Maybe he was ready to drop somebody.
Nah, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Nah. Sleeping Dogs combat was hands down the best kung fu combat ever in an open world.
Better than Enter the Matrix?
Better, dude. What the fuck? Hold on.
I definitely think it's better than
Into the Matrix. Hold on, man.
You brought it back.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. What was it? The Jet Li game? Or the
dude, hold on. First of all, just you mentioned Jet Li's game was garbage too, man. No, that shit, man. No, Into the Matrix is like playing NBA Live, dude. You can't.
Is it better than Battletoads?
Wait, what?
Wait. You say wait, hold on. So are you asking me is Matrix better than Battletoads?
No, I was asking if Sleeping Dogs better than Battletoads.
Hell yeah, nigga. What?
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Yeah, I said you can't even compare the two, man. What the fuck?
Nigga said Battletoads.
He said Battletoads. You mean punch forward and die? No. All right, next subject. Fuck you, Mike. We skip that subject. All right, Defenders is now available on Netflix. Anybody checking that out?
I just finished it.
Yeah, I finished it like 3 days ago.
Without spoilers, how is it?
I got 2 more episodes.
It's all right.
I think it's not, not the greatest, but it's still pretty good.
Still pretty good. Is there any good like action scenes or like? Is there any episodes that maybe I should concentrate on because I'm planning on starting it tonight since I'm fucking sick and can't do shit else? So,
Good show. Check it out.
I thought that there wasn't enough like teamwork battles. Like I feel like there wasn't like enough of a team effort between them. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of unfortunate because that was kind of like where my hype level was. It was like, oh yeah, shit, you know.
Every time the 4 of them got together in one scene, I was like, oh, here we go. And then it was like, well, that wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still okay.
All right, well, damn, my hype level was.
It's got a pretty good cast, also.
It does have its moments, though. So
I heard there were some good moments. I mean, I've heard like kind of like back and forth. They were saying it's still worth a watch. They were still saying that it's a good series overall. It's just that there were some slow parts that were like, you know.
And it's a short season. It doesn't take as long as the like watch. Iron Fist.
Well, it takes 8 hours to watch.
How long?
8 hours to watch. 8 episodes at an hour each.
Total.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all, actually. So that's good. That means at least it's short. It's not like they drugged the shit out, right?
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna check it out. Anybody else check it out? Anybody going to check it out, Terry?
I got 2 more episodes to watch, but you know,
I'm going to give it a second chance.
Look, Terry, like, nope, fuck Defenders.
I'm still mad about Death Note. I ain't watching.
That's what it is. All right. Well, you know what? Since we are segue in that,
hold on.
Are you watching it, Achilles?
Yeah, I finished it.
Finished it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a review on it later, but I want to say it's okay. It's not like 10. You know what I mean? It's not the best show, and the way that they put it together, they only put like you didn't have to watch Jessica Jones, or you really didn't have to watch Luke Cage for the way that the story was going, because everything that they pushed was those damn ninjas. What are they called?
The Hand.
The Hand. Yeah, everything was just hand focused. So, and then the ending fight wasn't that great either. But overall, I think it's watchable.
I didn't like that everything about it could be summed up as Danny wants some friends.
Come on, friends.
But there were great parts, especially like Danny and Luke Cage's interactions. Those were like awesome. You can actually see him like growing a bromance and becoming what is it? What were they? What was their dynamic duo name? The Heroes for Hire.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they worded.
Yeah, you can see them become the Heroes for Hire because you know they had the whole comic book series with just Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
I didn't know that, honestly. So I learned something new. I'm gonna have to look that shit up. I didn't know they had their own like duo comic series. Did it go on for long?
Yeah, in fact, those are the ones like I remember seeing. Like I really never. You really can't really find the Iron Fist by himself comic. You can definitely find them two together though.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to check that shit. I'm gonna have to check.
Achilles, there's something going on with your mic.
With me?
Yeah. Yeah. You sound like you are like a Decepticon.
Yeah, you sound a little choppy.
Okay, I'll try to fix it.
right,
In regards to like the comic characters, I would say that Jessica Jones is probably the most interesting comic character out of them. Like if you actually look into her background and stuff like that.
Disagree.
Like not from the show, but just from like the comic perspective.
Wasn't she like a retired like superhero or something like that?
Yeah,
She wanted to do
Yeah, she retired because she like almost killed some people. So
yeah. So she wanted to change up her like job. Like she was like, all right, I'm gonna be a detective, right? Instead of a
kind of.
In the TV show, she's a PI. She's a PI.
Okay. All right, I'm still watching it because like I said, some people were like, it was good. Some people were like, don't watch the shit. But I think the general
find
consensus.
all of the Marvel shows boring as all get out.
Oh, here we go.
I can't. I used to like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it came out, but then even that went downhill really, really quick.
With the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was good in the beginning, and then that went downhill fast.
Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got mixed up because, not messed up because it's like they follow the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the Marvel Universe doesn't follow them. So like, because if you watch the show, there's tons of technically like mutants, but Unhumans. There's tons of Unhumans all over the world, but you don't see that whenever you watch the movie.
That wasn't even a factor for me. I just found the storyline really boring, and the acting got really boring.
Terry didn't even get there. She was like, "No, it's just garbage."
Yeah, I didn't even finish it. I'll be honest, I didn't even finish season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought it was dumb and boring.
No, like I liked the first season, but it went downhill quick. It's just they were just trying too hard. They were trying too hard.
Stop liking it? Because to me, it was honestly great, especially after the Captain America movie, and the Captain America movie had a big, downfall for S.H.I.E.L.D. because if you remember the movie, it destroyed S.H.I.E.L.D. There was no more S.H.I.E.L.D. So the whole reputations of them going around that storyline was pretty great, and then the Unhuman storyline was great. The only time
I lost interest around that time, when basically S.H.I.E.L.D. got all dispersed and they're trying to find like a new hideout, and I just lost interest in the show around that point. It just got boring. Then the one guy's like, I'm on your side, but no, I'm a double agent. No, I'm a triple agent. I don't even know what the hell I am. I'm confused.
I'm a triple agent. God damn.
The guy didn't know who the hell he was or what he wanted. It was just like, you know what? Can someone just get him out of the damn show? I mean, he don't even know what he is. Just get him out of here.
But you gotta imagine if you were a triple agent, you get confused yourself, and you fall in love with the girl. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you're a triple agent, I think your whole goal is just espionage and killing shit. I don't think you're gonna have time for a fucking love interest.
Right, especially if you tripled up. You know what I'm saying? You
gotta report in and do so much shit for so many different people. You ain't got time for freaking love interest stuff. No.
He wasn't really a triple agent. He was only a Hydra agent.
It doesn't matter. His whole character sucked, and he was boring and unappealing. And no, just get him out of there.
I mean,
Achilles, you got that auto-tune thing going on with your mic again.
Hell yeah, you sound like you T-Pain's cousin.
Yeah, but no, like all the Marvel shows were boring. I couldn't get into any of them.
I like them all except for Iron Fist. Luke Cage is okay.
I love
I think for Luke Cage, it just started off kind of slow.
Yeah, it's so slow. It's kind of.
I love Luke Cage. That was
Luke Cage
amazing
himself
to me.
is kind of a bland character overall.
Preston, you did it again. You went. I like all of them except half of them.
Yeah, I like them. I didn't like Iron Fist, and I still think the Defender's biggest issue is Iron Fist.
Austin got so many reserves.
Control of it. Iron Fist is the reason Defenders is meh to a lot of people.
Austin, you got so many lives, dude. You can just say bullshit and keep losing your life, and you'll still make it through the cast.
I can pull a mic.
But me liking three of the 4 shows is me liking most of the shows.
Jessica Jones was just boring to me. I was a snooze fest.
I like Jessica Jones.
I like Jessica Jones and
And
Daredevil.
so was Luke Cage. So was Luke Cage.
Daredevil.
Luke Cage was the
I
shit
like
to me.
Daredevil a lot.
Luke Cage was a snore fest.
No, I love Luke Cage. That was dope.
I like
he tossed that
Daredevil.
motherfucker. Go
I
ahead.
like Daredevil. I like Daredevil and Iron Fist.
I'll take
Mike,
Luke Cage. I'll take Luke Cage over Iron Fist any day.
Oh yeah. What do you think of them making?
Because Luke Cage is black. That's why he didn't like Luke Cage.
That's not the
Yep.
reason I didn't like him. That's not the reason.
Oh, bullshit.
I read his comics, dude.
Not
I
I read
like
his
Jessica
comics.
Jones and being a woman.
a black person.
That's what it is. Like, this dude's too powerful. We need to make America great again, and we can't do it with him.
He's so powerful
We can't
that
do it with
you know
him.
that
So
he eats like normal people.
Oh wow.
Oh, mama. The Defenders has so many plot holes. Oh, mama gonna go into it.
all right. Well, then
Luke
let's
Cage,
get into
Mr.
this.
Luke Cage be like, I'm gonna get beat by these people. Yeah, I'll be.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
found
for it.
in the Defenders, I found Luke Cage's powers were kind of iffy. Like sometimes he could get hurt and sometimes he couldn't.
It made no sense. Yeah, it's,
Like when some people hit him, it doesn't affect him at all. But then another person kicks him and he stumbles. It's like
It's like he's supposed to be like,
Yeah.
you know, he
I
can
can
take a
walk through this
bullet.
bullet, but my,
He can take a bullet, but he can't. Yeah, he can take a bullet, but he kick to the chin. You know,
like a small breeze blew him over.
This is true. In the Defenders, it's stuff like that.
Oh, damn! Now I don't. Well, I'm gonna still watch it anyway.
You should. You should watch it.
It's no joke. It's no joke, man. Daddy,
It's so good.
Like there was like one scene where Luke Cage
Don't spoil it for me.
I'm not
Don't
spoiling
spoil it. You are the king of the spoilers, right? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, he takes a bunch of gunshots. Okay. I'll
Okay.
leave it there.
All right.
And he takes it like a man.
He does. Okay.
What do you mean? He takes it like a man. Like
What is it? Like, does he strap her up or something? What is this?
A man with guns.
How many men do you know that take gunshots?
Hey, look, Terry. He puts up candles and shit. He puts on some music. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take it like a man." Yes.
Like that whole statement just makes no sense. Like,
Hold on, you think everything.
like who the hell takes gunshots?
He took it like the Man of Steel. I was like, okay, there. He took it like the Man of Steel, Superman. But now,
Okay.
like Austin.
So they all bounced off of it, like you're saying. They would all just bounce off right back off.
But now, like Austin said, there was like one scene where this guy just like drop kicked him in WWE, and he fell over and stumbled.
It wasn't even that. The dude, like, there's another scene later. Oh, maybe you haven't reached it, Mike. But there's another scene later where he gets like kicked in the leg and he falls over.
See, I haven't seen that scene yet.
I gotta watch it just to see that shit.
It's in one of the last 2 episodes somewhere.
Don't worry, Mike. I'm sure he felt like a man.
Yeah.
And then got up like a man.
I'm hyped
Right.
for what they're doing. The Punisher, that's what I'm hyped for.
Right? Did he beat those dudes' asses like a man? I get it. It's
And the other time, and Austin, the other time I got to see him hurt or like it was because of Iron Fist. He made his fist glow and he hit him in the cheek and.
So here we go. Here more spoilers.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
shouldn't-
so
you shouldn't talk
right,
about
right.
that.
Yeah, I wasn't
Right,
gonna say
right.
that, Mike.
Right. You Mike, you fucking piece of shit. Hold on. Here we go, Mike. All right. So
I'm just hyped for the next one. It's gonna be the Punisher.
Yes, the Punisher's gonna be
can't wait
lit.
for that.
I mean, a white dude in guns. I mean, I see that a lot in Texas. Just gonna.
Just go to Chicago. You'll get the Punisher. Just go to
You said you
Chicago.
can live without. You can live without it, Achilles.
Yeah. If you want to see a guy just kill a lot of people, just go to Chicago.
Right.
You don't need to watch Punisher.
I like the character.
Eugene.
All right.
It's true.
Hold on.
You
Let's not
don't
get
understand
off
how many
political.
people die in Chicago every day and no one ever talks about it? It's BS.
It's
No.
true. I used to live close up there.
Freaking, 12 people get shot in Chicago. It's not news. One bitch gets shot in fucking, Georgia. Everybody has to talk about it. Same fucking day? No.
Yeah.
I think it's because Chicago is such a natural occurrence that people just kind of gave up.
But it's just stupid. And that's the media.
I mean, like, if we were going to talk about
says Chicago's not
Chicago's
Hold on.
Everyone thinks Chicago's not.
Okay, guys, enough of fake news.
I'm about to say, please don't draw me into that conversation because I'll spend 2 hours talking about the media.
No.
Look, I still want to be friends with everybody. You don't want to hear my crazy theories. So let's go to our final round segment. Who wants in? Who's pissed? I know Leon is all hungry for the final round. Who else wants in on it?
I mean, I'm agitated, but I wouldn't say last week I was ticked off.
Oh shit!
I'm only agitated.
Shit. So we got what? 2 players. We got Terry and Leon. Anybody else?
I guess I'll give it a shot.
All right. So we got Terry, Leon, and Manny in the final round. Go ahead, Leon. You can start it off, Leon.
So, I'm not trying to be, spoiling it for anybody that's interested in seeing it. If you are interested in seeing a spoiler review, I will be making a full review on this topic. But I'm gonna just kind of go over briefly, I guess, some things that triggered me. I'm a big fan of Death Note. Like, I really love the series, and I wasn't expecting Netflix to take this series and make it exactly the same. Like, I wasn't expecting that. However, what they did with the source material, they just completely fucking butchered what they had. It's like they looked at the source material and they just said, you know what, fuck this shit, we're gonna make something else. Because and without spoiling it, I'm gonna get right into why I have issues with it. First, Light gets outsmarted by a fucking cheerleader. Now, Light in the original fucking anime was like calculated, smart, witty. He would never fucking date a fucking cheerleader as like his main girl, let alone let her fucking be smarter than him in any situation. And the fact of the matter is, they made Light like this fucking teeny bopper, Panic at the Disco looking motherfucker. Like, he's not even like a badass like he was in the fucking anime. Like, that's a major fucking part of what made Death Note so good and what made the characters that played around him so good, was that this kid was so fucking smart. Even with the power of the Death Note, you know what I'm saying? That just was kind of like the icing on the cake. This kid was brilliant without the Death Note. The fact that he had the Death Note made him even more of a force to be reckoned with. And so they try to interpret that in this teeny bopper kid who's having prepubescent issues with his girlfriend and shit, and fucking bullies at school. Like, to me, it feels like a watered down bootleg Harley Quinn and Joker story. And I mean, if that's what you're interested in, if you want to see a B horror movie and you're trying to look at it from that perspective, then yeah, go in with that perspective. I'm gonna watch a corny B horror movie version of Twilight or some shit. But this is not what made fucking Death Note dope. If you're going in here and you're trying to get an impression of why people love Death Note, don't let this be your fucking entry into the series, because that shit is fucking needs to be burned and thrown away. And if you want to hear more about how I feel, like I said, I'm gonna make a fucking video. I'm not gonna get into heavy detail because I realize I'll be spoiling it for anybody that hasn't seen it. But I'm not feeling it.
That sounds very, very terrible.
What I will say though is, and I'll leave it on a positive. Lakeith Stanfield and William Dafoe are the highlights. If you were to go see it for any reason, it would be to see how they portray these characters. I really like William Dafoe as Ryuk. I wish that he had more screen time, and I really liked L. Even though they ruined his character, you have to see it to see why. But yeah.
But you like the kid that played him.
They only ruined him at the end.
Yeah, he was good throughout the entirety of it, but then towards the end, if you see my avatar, L is like my favorite character. So like the fact, like they just ruined his character. You have to see. I can't get into detail about it because it'll definitely spoil it, but they ruined his character. The decisions that he makes as a character, if you're familiar with the series, he would never make those decisions, and it just ruins it. So that's my rant.
Oh shit! All right.
All right. I'm sorry. I have one.
He's not done yet.
I had one more thing to add. A spoiler is when you share any information about a game to the public people without giving them an opportunity to choose whether or not they want it to be spoiled for them. So if you say, "Hey, I'm going to post some make a spoiler thread. If anybody wants to see some, dope pictures from this game that I just beat, you can check out the comments. Okay, don't put it in the actual post so that nobody can avoid it. When I see somebody on YouTube talking they're gonna do a spoiler review, I'm not gonna watch it because I know it's a spoiler review. Right. They're not gonna put the spoiler in the thumbnail. So that is my rant on spoilers. I think we need to have spoiler etiquette in the gaming community, and I'm not gonna drop any names. We know who did it.
Yeah, we know who did it.
And a spoiler is anything that isn't already public knowledge. So, so if it's not public knowledge, it's a spoiler for anybody who doesn't know what a spoiler is. Okay, so you take a picture and you're showing a character off that wasn't publicly known that was going to be in there. That's a spoiler. You show off, like the environment. Like let's say they show like a really really cool scene, like just for the environment, like a real cool mountain, something. If we didn't know they were going to, let's say, this mountain, that's a spoiler. Okay?
Right.
So anything that's not publicly known, no matter how small it might seem, if it's not public knowledge, it's a spoiler.
Exactly. Mike. Exactly.
Just like we're not going to call any names and then just call it that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I had to put him on the spot.
But how do you know it was me? See? How do you know it was me?
Because we all know what you want.
Because we all know it was you. That's why.
Leon said he wasn't even pointing fingers at anybody.
Yeah, I'm not pointing. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out with
you lost a life there, Danny. You're losing a life.
Future.
No, I ain't lost no life.
So that we know in the future, because there's some new
I got a life
coming out. We need to know these types of things. And it's not even, there's other people in the community that have been dropping spoilers and shit. And, I think some people think.
Mike?
Not Mike. Not just
No,
Mike.
they're asking what he did. He showed pictures of Lost Legacy that exposed certain characters in the game that people didn't know were going to be in the game. And it triggered a lot of people because they're like, oh, I didn't know so-and-so was going to be there. And now, you ruined it for me. That's what happened.
Right.
Without myself, going in and saying who he posted, because there's people who haven't played the game yet, so I'm not gonna do this, but that's just the gist.
What Mike did is almost as bad as that one asshole who came in the last Star Wars movie and screamed out the ending.
I was gonna say, don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't be that asshole.
That's the thing about it.
That's what happened. I'm not going to say
talk about spoiler incidents without almost fucking up. Like,
I know that's true.
And you know what? When did the last Star Wars movie come out? Is it still considered spoilers right now, or what?
It's spoilers always exist because especially when we're it is because when when you're on a platform, like when you're with your homies or whatever, that's one thing. But like because we're on a platform and so many people listen to us, we don't know who may or may have not heard or saw a certain movie. So granted, shame on them if they're a fan of a certain series and they haven't seen the newest movie in it. That's on them, but still, you don't want to rub people the wrong way.
Well, I think after a certain point, though, you kind of have to accept that you might hear a spoiler or two, a year or 2 years or more.
Yeah, once it's a year, I mean, you've had plenty of time. If you haven't gotten to it, that's just on you.
That's not right.
You've had plenty of time.
You just don't want to make a habit of it. That's all I'm saying.
No, regardless when the game comes out, just announce that you're gonna spoil it. Because like I said, I'm on part 2 of Uncharted, so I obviously don't have time in 7 days or a year to beat it.
What new one?
Lost Legacy.
Oh, let me tell you what happens, right?
But see, you told me, let me tell you. So now I have time to take my headphones off. That's all I'm asking for. Say, hey, let me tell you guys something. Give me 5 seconds at least. So
and the thing is, it's not always an intentional. I don't think what Mike did was intentional. So for anybody that's like, oh, shame on Mike. I don't think Mike was like, oh, I'm trying to ruin this game. But I think that people just need to have. It's just etiquette. It's okay, before you got to just think about it. Should I post this? Let me think about this before I put that out there, because some people may not have known certain story plots and stuff like that.
All right, folks. for the folks out there who watch this podcast on a weekly basis, Mike is our version of Alan. If anybody have watched the movie The Hangover,
He's our Alan. I'm nothing like him.
Okay, Manny, you said you wanted in, right?
Yeah.
All right, give us what you got, sir.
All right. Like so far, like with the One X, like I think we're all kind of getting tired of like the only it's like those fanboys. I don't like saying it, but the ones bragging, and then like 2 years ago they were like, it doesn't matter, the games matter, and what you play on matters. But now it has reversed.
Who is playing that? Who has a fucking button?
Me.
Who?
It's probably Austin.
No, it was Eugene, I think.
Is it Eugene? Hold on, Eugene.
Why would you think that's me?
If it ain't a clear button.
Your picture popped up when that noise came up, Eugene.
Yeah, my mic is mad loud.
He's like, my mic's mad loud.
I don't know. That's why I said I think. If it's not you, well, then it's not you. I don't know.
Well, I don't have it.
Now apologize.
Damn. He said, "Kiss the ring."
All right, go ahead, man. I'm sorry, Manny. Go ahead, Manny. So somebody has a button, and I don't appreciate it. So go ahead, Manny. Go ahead. I'm gonna find out.
There's a name. The name probably starts with Eugene, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
At least there's only one of him today.
Yeah,
true.
But like up to a point, it's like we all get it, but it's kind of getting like tedious, just repetitiveness, and it's not really getting to me. But it's just tired of seeing all of it right there. I'm like, that's good for them. They got the power. I'll admit it. It's great for them. It's great for the fans getting it. And something that bothers me is just that they're buying that Xbox. Like what it makes me want to get it is like the games. Like whenever the first Xbox came out, I wanted to play Dead Rising 3, Rise, Titanfall, Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive is still one of my favorite games on the Xbox this gen. Yeah, you can all hate me for that one. But
no, that game is pretty dope.
That's a dope game. A dope game.
It is. But like right now, I'm like, I don't see it. For PlayStation right now, I do see, God of War. I got, Persona 5 I'm playing right now. Uncharted 4, great series. Soon you got Last of Us 2. You got that dope Spider-Man game from Insomniac. You got all these games. And believe me, I'm getting a few games on the Xbox. I'm going to pre-order Cuphead closer to launch. I'm going to get Sea of Thieves. I'm going to get Ori 2 and Ori 1 whenever I can. I just want to see more of these great games that'll make people buy the One X. Like, when I saw Anthem, I was like, I'm going to get the One X. I want to get it just for this game. But I found out it's a multi-platform game. I don't have a reason. Like, if I don't have an Xbox right now, why should I, if I could just get it on my PS4, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
like
can I just ask a question there? So,
yeah.
But if you already had the One X, would you buy it for the One X?
What?
If you already had the One X, like if you already owned it, would you buy Anthem for the One X?
Oh, hell yeah, I would.
See, and that's the thing.
Yeah. But like right now I have the One S. I'm like, it's gonna run, whatever game, like Assassin's Creed Origins, it's still gonna look beautiful on my TV. PS4, PS4 Pro, One S or One X. And well, another thing, I don't have a 4K TV. But like right now, to me, I don't see the reason. I do praise that everyone's gonna get it, like to support it. And I do hope like Microsoft, they get their stuff together, have a rough like early this gen, and the next gen they could come off strong, like how Sony is doing right now and how they were in the 360. I do wish, they did bring like Japanese games more and games that make me want to like play my Xbox more rather than just multi-plats or just multi-plats.
Okay.
I do want them to go to greatness. I never want them to fail. I just want them to do better.
We all do.
Yep.
No, you
It's
don't,
better
Eugene.
for us.
Don't lie.
I'm about to say, Eugene, dog. Eugene wish hell.
We all do. Nigga, please.
Whatever, motherfucker. He lying. He hate motherfucking Xbox.
This man got a whole folder dedicated to Xbox in his meme collection.
Like I was saying before, right? If this system doesn't grab new audience, it's gonna be a failure, just like the 1 and the S. You can't keep selling to the same people over and over again, expecting a boost in sales. You gotta grab new audiences. So come Black Friday, if that system isn't grabbing new, freshly, brand new Xbox people, what's the point?
Eugene, you just got outed as the button presser. So, you have been outed. People in chat said it was Eugene. That's all I can hear. It was you, Eugene. I can tell. You sound guilty. You sound guilty.
Motherfucker playing Tekken and shit.
Actually, I'm downloading Sleeping Dogs.
That's what's up right there. Oh, shit. All right, you finally playing a good game.
Nigga Danny marketed the game and shit better than
Hell yeah, I did.
I bought the game a year ago, never played it.
He was like, he's saying this.
I didn't like Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs was amazing.
No, I didn't like it. I played it when it first came out, and I think it was just when it first came out, it had a lot wrong with it, and so I think that ruined my experience.
Terry get them sabotage. She get them sabotage copies. My game was amazing.
Every game copy she get be glitched up. Fuck.
Hell yeah, they like fuck Terry. That's what they do. They like nah.
I swear, you like a female Dark Side Phil.
Hold on. You hear this boy over here, Eugene? Like, I'm downloading it because I had it a year ago. We all know he took your marketing. He's like, man, I'm gonna go buy Definitive Dogs now.
He just called it Definitive Dogs?
He did just call it Definitive Dogs. He did.
We lied.
Right.
Sleeping Dogs.
But it is on sale, flash sale right now for
It's actually on sale too. So that's why I'm calling Eugene out. He bought it now for $5.
No, Mike, you know what? Actually, I believe him. He bought it a year ago and didn't play it. That checks out.
Oh, shit.
Mike,
Austin came in clean with that one.
Mike, you got 2 lies, bro.
No, it doesn't check out because you know why? He don't buy games hardly, unless it's a fighting game.
That was the joke.
Hey, as long as he's playing what he likes.
Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, $7.49.
He's been playing some single player games though. He played Tomb Raider, Uncharted.
Right. He's been playing some shit.
Very, very rare.
Let him play what he likes, though. It's better than buy everything and then
Now that you guys
it.
said it's on a flash sale, I'm going to pick it up too and play it for the first time.
Absolutely. Please get it. If you guys are out there watching, please. It's on sale right now. It's criminally low. It's worth ad-free penny. It's like a 50-hour game. It's open world.
Which game?
It's John Woo. Sleeping Dogs. And,
Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs is
right now it's $7.49 on PSN.
I'm telling you,
we should always talk about sales. We should talk about, like when they have sales and shit.
Right. Major kung fu fix, like no bullshit. Like,
And you can get your scooter fixed too.
You can get your scooter fix.
You get to drive around that moped all day long.
Did I miss something? Like, did they do like a?
And I love the counter system in that game too.
You said what?
I love the counter system in that game. It kind of reminds me of Oshao Mortar. We hit triangle.
Yeah, it does. It's exactly like it. Yeah. Just mix that kung fu.
Was there like a major patch or like DLC or something? Because I don't remember the game being amazing. I thought it was okay, but I don't remember it being amazing.
God.
Oh man, that game was amazing, man.
Yo, Eugene is.
Here we go, Eugene, man. No, that game was fucking amazing, man. The story.
Maybe it is now. I don't know, but I just remember my experience.
The definitive edition had all kind of shit added. That's the one that they're selling right now. It's like
I got the one. I got that on the PlayStation.
Yeah. That one has all the little perks that came with it, the fucking upgraded visuals, the fucking all the extra story missions, the more combat moves. That's definitely the version you want for sure.
I played it on release and I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't call it amazing. It was good, but I wouldn't call it.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was like it was one of those open world kung fu games. It was like that's kind of what I've wanted for a long time.
All I know is back when it came out, right now you were raving about it more now than it did when it first came out. Like I did not hear this.
Well, when it first came out, we weren't on the show. And
I'm saying in general in the news, like there was not as much hype for it when it came out.
It was.
Right now.
Remember when they announced two? No.
First
of all, we weren't doing the show then. Second,
I'm not even saying it had to do with us. I'm just saying in general on all the news. It wasn't that big news when it came out.
This is how big it was when they announced. This is how big it was when they announced number 2. When they said they were doing a number 2, it was like trending for like 4 days until it really found out what the second one was about, which was like this online fucking bullshit game. And people were like, what the fuck? They were like, we wanted like Sleeping Dogs, the first one, not like a fucking MMO bullshit, you know? And it was like, it was this big ass, like, huge thing about it. Like, it was like all in the media and everything.
I heard nothing about it.
Yeah, me neither.
Not Terry.
I never heard about that.
I guess that's big news only within that niche, right?
Hey, Terry.
I guess.
Hold on, Terry. Austin. Remember, this is also the guy, hyped Conan Exile.
Mike, you can't talk, mister. I'm gonna...
Right, yeah. Mike, hold on. Here we go, Mike. Let's do this. Let's just do this for just end it right now. So let's get the first one. Let's get the first one out the way, okay? And then,
And then we'll bring up Power Rangers.
Right. Then we'll bring up Power Rangers. Then he'll lose his last life. Okay.
Then you gotta bring up Fortnite.
And then he's muted.
What about Fortnite?
So, hold on.
Mute yourself, man. That's cheap.
Right. Mike is muted. Hold on, Mike. You're muted. Mike. You muted. Yeah, Mike. Muted.
I want to know.
Mike.
Okay, wait, hold on.
He's fighting back.
Did Mike actually talk shit on Fortnite or what?
No, I didn't.
No, he likes Fortnite.
No, he likes Fortnite. I just want to know if he's still playing it.
Yes, I'm still.
Boy, you almost got kicked out. I'm about to kick you out, man. Hold on, man.
Because I thought we were talking about.
That Fortnite's a free game that you have to pay to play.
that you hyped up, but then you don't play it no more.
I still play it, thank you.
You're welcome.
I can see you playing it.
That's you. You already ever
muted. Mike is muted. Yes, sorry, dude. You lost your mind.
Right now, it doesn't even play Fortnite. Right now, it's a share factor.
Right. Mike, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You must just count it. I'll do your outro for you. All right, so I guess that was kind of a marbled and jumbled final round.
You totally just cut me out of it, but whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me go back into the final round.
Sorry, you ended it.
We got a new final round.
we got the final round.
Right, this is final round extra.
Definitive edition.
Definitive dogs.
Right, definitive dogs. All right, Terry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I forgot that you
sound
walked
like a bad
that,
'90s
Terry.
rap group and shit.
Right.
Definitive dogs.
All right, Terry, go ahead. I know you said you were kind of perturbed, not pissed.
Yeah, I'm just agitated mostly. It's going to be about Lost Legacy. So if anyone doesn't want to hear anything, now's the chance to mute the thing. So
Spoiler alert.
Go ahead and mute.
Wait, is this a spoiler alert? Because I'm
going to try not to spoil, but it might happen. So just be prepared to mute.
Oh shit!
You're quiet as shit.
Basically, my whole issue with it is I had fun playing the game. Don't get me wrong. It plays just like any Uncharted game. So if you're a fan of Uncharted, the gameplay it's legit. It's what you would expect from an Uncharted game. All right, but I felt cheated in the fact that I didn't have any new content. I felt like I was literally just replaying Uncharted 2 and 4 all over again. There's so many sequences that take place within the Lost Legacy that literally happen in 2 and 4, and it was just copy and pasted in. And I'm like, so I was just overly disappointed in that fact. I also felt that they didn't do a good job with the character development. Like, when it comes to, like, Chloe, she has the exact same skill set as Nathan. They should have set her apart. She's her own character. Why are we just making that copy and paste, just putting... Basically, they just took everything that they programmed for Nathan, and then they just put her skin on it. That's all they did. They should have made her her own character. When it comes to Nadine, when we see Nadine in, like, 4, she's, like, this badass character that, you know, really good at martial arts, you know, and, you know, she's not a bad person, you know. She's just doing her job or whatever, and then you come into the Lost Legacy, and like they kind of like barely even like, you know, put enough focus on her. She was like undersold. When there are moments when she has fighting things, they made her look like terrible. Like there's this guy that the main villain in the game, you know, made her look like she didn't know how to fight, and I'm like, she's a really good skillful fighter, and they just made her look like ass in this game, and they didn't do a good job, you know, selling her story and, you know, giving enough build up for Nadine, and she was just kind of like there to be there, and that didn't sit well with me. You know, don't go and have like these two characters and then don't do any development, don't do any backstory, anything like that. Another thing that really drove me nuts when it comes to Chloe's story is it's not Chloe's story. The story was literally told in the previous games. They just put her dad as, you know, the part of the story. It's literally the same story we already heard in Uncharted. They just, you know, made it hers by putting her name over it. Okay, that'll be like, you know, Avatar. Okay, they're saying it's its own thing, but no, it's Pocahontas just retold in sci-fi fashion. So they literally took, you know, another previous story from Uncharted and they just put her name over it. It's not her story. They got really, really lazy. So it's just, I don't know. I really want new content. I wanted, you know, to really get immersed in the characters and see some development and see and you know, learn more about Nadine and Chloe's past, but we didn't really get that. And it just, but you know, I don't know. I just felt cheated. But the gameplay is still good though. I mean, it's still fun to play. If you're, like I said, if you're a fan of Uncharted, you're going to enjoy the gameplay. They didn't mess that up. It has the same feel as Uncharted. I just felt they dropped the ball and got really, really lazy overall with it.
How long did it take you to beat it?
It took me maybe 7 hours or something like that. I know you can beat it in 4. You can beat it in 4. I've seen full gameplays of it on YouTube where people have beat it in under 5. So
Terry, who won the race between you and Mike?
Oh, I did. I won the race against Mike. It's kind of wasn't fair though, because Mike ended up kind of just giving up because his family kind of took over, so he wasn't able to play. But even before that happened, I had a huge lead on it. I basically, it was already won when it started. When we started the game, literally I got so far ahead of him so quick because he kept getting lost. It was ridiculous. We had it to where everybody could watch us both play, and it got to the point where everyone's like, "We're just gonna watch you." Mike is so far behind, so I was like, "Poor Mike." he just got so lost. But no, it was fun. It was fun, you know, having that extra drive to, you know, compete and, you know, who can get through it. But he ended up giving up early, to go to bed. I ended up playing all the way to chapter 8. And then I went to bed because I was told that there was like 11 chapters or so. So I was like, okay, there's plenty more gameplay. I'll just pick it up later, not knowing that I only had 1 chapter left. So I could have just finished it right there.
Yo, shout out to the chat. Yeah, they're going in right now.
Yeah, they are going in right now. They like failed, you know.
But yeah, I know. Oh yeah, and then, you know, Mike says that it wasn't worth the $40. It totally is. Uncharted 2, I think Uncharted 2 was like a 6-hour game, so you paid $60 for that. So why bitch about $40 for this one when it was the same length? True. You know what I mean? Plus, you're getting multiplayer. Even if you choose not to play that, it's still an extra feature, and you're literally getting the same amount of content in this game as you did in Uncharted 2. for a fraction of the price. So you really can't say it's not worth it.
And you're getting multiplayer, even though it's the same multiplayer. Still there.
But yeah, so it is what it is. I'm trying really hard not to give anything away to spoil it, but yeah, it's just I just felt cheated overall in the experience. Like, but it was still fun. It was still fun.
Okay. All right, Terri. I mean, I know you like the Uncharted experience. I know some of the games are more experienced in game, but I know for the most part you are a fan of the series.
Yeah,
right?
I liked Uncharted. The only one I cannot stand is 4. 4 to me was the worst one out of all of them. It was super boring. The first half of the game was just filler. They just put it in there to make the game longer, and that's just my opinion. But I'm not the only one that has that opinion. I was talking to another friend. She just started playing it. She's halfway through it, and she's hating it. She says that she's just bored, and she has no interest in it either. So I'm not the only one that had that experience.
All right. You can unmute yourself, Mike. You're okay now. You're out of Mario timeout. But yeah, John, he wasn't feeling that notion. He wasn't. He was more so that the shit was amazing anyway. But
he'll be back.
It's fun. It's a fun game. It really is. And if you are a fan of the Uncharted series, you're going to like the game. But at the same time, you still got to call Naughty Dog out on the fact that they were lazy as fuck with it, and they just threw in the same shit you already did. And I literally can list off everything, but then that would be spoiling the shit out of the game, so I can't.
Right.
So, but there's so much. There's so much. I'm literally putting a video together right now showing all the shit that they copied from previous games. It's going to be a compilation.
I can't wait for that shit to drop.
I'm making it right now. So
you can do that with the first 4 games, though.
So I know, you can. That's what I'm saying. You can literally, Naughty Dog needs to be called out on the fact that they don't know how to make new content. They just rehash everything over and over and over, and they've been getting away with it for years.
That's because
it's Uncharted. Oh my God, it's Nathan Drake. Oh my God, they can't do no wrong. I don't give a shit if Nathan Drake falls to the floor 20 goddamn times in one game. It's fucking amazing every goddamn time.
10 out of 10.
So no, they just need to do something new. Is all they need. They need to do something new.
They need to bring Jack and Daxter back.
Well, I heard
It's
Jack and
repetitive. No.
I heard that was kind of in the works, like a remaster.
They already did a remaster.
Right now, they're done with
They're doing a remaster.
Or do you think they should do a remaster like how Insomniac did the new Ratchet and Clank?
I liked it.
Well, I heard the new Ratchet and Clank was a masterpiece, though.
That was a great game. I really enjoyed it. It was my first time playing a Ratchet and Clank game. I loved it.
I did want to say though, does Biomutant remind y'all of a better version of fucking Naughty Bear?
See, I thought that shit
a little
was dope
bit
to me.
actually. Now that you mentioned that,
I thought Biomutant looked dope to me.
Have you ever played Naughty Bear, Danny?
Yeah, I played that bullshit. It damn sure ain't nowhere near it. I can't agree with that. Hold on.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't agree with that, man.
I look at Biomutant and I look at Naughty Bear.
Dude, I say it like this: the little critter dude, his actions are similar, but as far as that game, people, if you're out there watching, that game fucking sucked. Naughty Bear was terrible, and
but we don't
I don't
know
think
if this game is gonna suck yet.
do any of you guys know the game Small Arms?
Small Arms? Sounds so
I'm
familiar.
not too sure.
It was like it's a Smash Bros esque game, and in it they have a cat character who has a minigun for an arm and an eye patch. You can just probably look up Small Arms, but Biomutant character looks exactly like that.
I'm about to look it up right now. Me too. I'm like,
I've never seen Small Arms.
Small Arms. Okay,
Small Arms.
Oh,
I'm looking it up right now.
I've never played it though, but I've seen it.
I'm trying to see it. Small.
It's an Xbox arcade game.
Yeah,
Xbox
from
One.
back in the day.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, yeah, that character does look like.
They were not 10 to 12 hours long. Maybe if you got lost all the goddamn time they were, but seriously, people can beat them in less than that. Like 2. Like if you're not doing a speed run, you can literally beat 2 in 6 hours. Don't say they're all 10-hour games. They're not.
Even each session, they're 10 to 12 hours long.
What is 10 to 12
If you're gonna do
hours
every little thing, then fine. Yeah, you can stretch any game out. You could probably, if you wanted to, you could just drive around your car for fucking 10 hours. If you wanted to.
Well, hold up. Terri, how long did it take you to beat the game?
Took me I think about 7 hours.
So there you go. That's it.
Yeah, so that's not, but you know, freaking.
I'm just saying,
you can literally go and see full playthroughs of these games, and they're all less than 10 hours, Mike. All of them.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. I freaking downloaded a whole bunch of them so I can make my damn video. They're all 10 hours, Mike.
I'm gonna make a playthrough video that's like.
Playthroughs.
I'm gonna make a
Uncharted 1 speed run record is 39 minutes.
I never felt like Uncharted was a long game though to begin with.
Uncharted was. Uncharted 1 through 4 is 10 to 12 hours long.
What?
If you're doing every little thing in the game, and yeah, if you want to run around, make sure everything is dead, you want to make sure you found every little treasure, you want to, make sure you rubbed every rock, then yeah.
That's my type of game. That's game of the year. Robin Rocks.
But seriously, but Mike, even when we were racing the Lost Legacy, okay, we started the game at the same time. And I literally got like 2 chapters ahead of him within 10 minutes because that's how slow he was going at it. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to take you probably.
Mike was just moving like every fucking inch and shit. He was just
I was taking my time and enjoying the game. That's what I was doing.
I was enjoying the game too. And you know what? You don't need it just because it takes you longer to enjoy it than other people. Doesn't mean the game is always going to be 10 hours. That's just for you.
You also gotta count your deaths. You might die a lot more than regular people.
Yeah.
And plus, when we were doing our race, I was playing on hard and he was playing on normal. You know, even though I was dying a lot, playing on hard.
Mike,
he still couldn't catch me.
I always play on normal.
Yeah, he was playing on normal. I was on hard. I was getting I was dying a few times here and there. And you know what? He still couldn't catch me.
I wasn't trying to catch you.
You're having a damn race, Mike. You can't tell me you were trying to catch me. You agreed to having a race. So,
hold on, Terri, about your whole thing about like being like short or people like speed running. Everyone has speed run games. Like, what's the record for like Super Mario Bros? Like it's 30 seconds or so.
30 seconds, some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what? Prey had like what? 10 minutes, 15, 7 minutes?
Right, see? But it's a 10, 12-hour game.
But, you know, Prey is hard as fuck, so I'm like, I don't know.
Wasn't there, I can't remember what game. I think it's Gone Home. There's a game called Gone Home where you can get to you can just skip to the end. You don't have to do anything in the game. You literally can start the game and go straight to the end.
That's fucking bullshit.
The Witness. I played The Witness. I did not finish all the puzzles. I got to the ending before I finished all the puzzles because I was able to get into the ending area and figure out the puzzle. Now you weren't supposed to. So you know, developers fuck up. But even still, I mean, the length of a game is subjective. It's just because it takes you 10 hours doesn't mean it's a 10-hour game. You got to go over what is the average time overall, and then for like let's say for like Uncharted 2,
it's like
if the average person who isn't speed running does it in 6 hours, then I would say averagely it's a 6-hour game, not 10 hours just because it took you 10. I mean, you literally can play Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, and spend 30 hours just driving laps around the goddamn jungle if you wanted to. If you just really enjoyed the driving that car, just go ham. Go up and down that waterfall as many times as you want, Mike. You're going to get those hours in.
What do gamers want as like a standard amount of time in a game? Because I feel like it doesn't matter.
It depends on the genre.
Hold on, Terri. Was that your final round?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you good? All right, so let me just make sure officially I end it. That was the extended Ultra Mega Omni edition of
Final Round.
All right.
You forgot the thirsty part.
Thirsty?
No, it's the Capcom version.
It's the Capcom version. It's got two characters were added, but you still got to pay $6 a piece. So
that's a deal. Game of the year.
There we go. Eugene, day one. I already know.
You're right.
Definitive dogs.
Definitive dogs.
The mixtape dropping next week. Yeah, that mixtape.
I forgot hard this damn
MC
game
Barky
was.
Bark.
Switch game.
Definitive Dogs. It sounds like Definitive Dogs sounds like an early YouTube channel.
Hold on, Austin. Austin, here you go. All right.
Back when dudes had their whole mixtape on MySpace. Definitive Dogs.
Definitive
See?
Dogs.
It sounds like a DLC for like another game of Goat Simulator.
Just like Leon. Just like Leon. That could be our next rap group, you and I.
Oh God.
The platform players presents Definitive
Dogs. Volume 1. You know what I'm saying? We got the first song on the album, Triggered, featuring Austin Preston.
I quit. I'm out. I quit.
And next song, spoiler free.
Right. Second song, look, second song, Dick Physics, featuring Eugene and Danny.
And we gotta have Terry singing the hook in every song.
We'll have an intermission in the middle that's Eugene sleeping.
Right, it's just like an interlude. Just
Hold on. The track, next track, the Rage Quitter.
Damn, this is
Mike, you know that's not true.
right. Right. You hear this? Hold on. All right.
Yeah, we need to drop a mixtape. Fuck that shit. That shit would be hilarious. Yo, we had all
They
this
were like, God damn. Sell that shit on iTunes. Say, oh yeah, I think we should. Fuck it, I got the beats. Let's go.
We got the beats.
I got the beats.
We can write the lyrics for Mike. You know. That shit will be hilarious, yeah. You get a green screen, put Mike on the green screen.
Hell yeah.
Track 6.
Have him dressed like the Usos and shit. Yeah, like day one in his shirt. What the fuck?
Track 6, Danny. Danny, track 6. You ready?
Yeah.
Bitch, I want my fucking money back, featuring Cool Cat Terri.
It'd be like,
Bitch, I want my motherfucking money back. Bitch, I want my motherfucking money back.
she's coming. I'm cool. I'm Cat. I'm Terry. I'm here to tell you I'm not feeling merry. I hate.
You gotta
the
change
game.
your name to Angry Terry. Like Angry Joe.
You're making me sound pretty damn happy.
Not Angry Terry. Triggered Terry.
Triggered.
You need me angry and ranting and raving is what you need.
He just like the whole song is just I just heard growling over the mic. It's just like
Do like some death metal? Oh god.
Oh god, that would be great.
Got like a little theme.
I'm gonna have to invest in that shit. I think I'm gonna have to do that. We got Manny's song. It's called Manny Pacquiao, but it's just him packing up his Xbox and shit. It's like I'm Manny packing up my Xbox, and it's just like. All right. I think we all right. We didn't went there. All right, so we have come to the end of the show,
dude.
Oh, hold on, yes, sir. We went way over. We went way over. All right.
I told you it was 4 hours.
I wasn't trying to though. Thank you guys for watching. I want to once again thank John from Super Deformed Gamecast. Man, he brought the pain. He said he might be on next week. We always have a spot for him, so if you want to come on and argue with us, we definitely welcome to. I also want to thank Manny for stopping by too. Man, he showed us some love today. Stopped by, gave us what he thought. I want to thank everybody in chat who showed up. Quiet, Matthew, Ichigo, Itsuki, Matt. I think I saw Darren in there. Matthew as well. So I want to say peace to everybody in chat as well, and I want to thank all the panelists here: Achilles, Cool Cat Terri, Eugene, Leon, Austin, Big Mike, fuck you, and as well as myself for making it. with pneumonia. See, I pulled a Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I finished the game sick. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. And
Sound like
catch
you
us
got
next.
better and shit. Your voice is clearer and shit.
Well, shit. And now I've been talking through it. It's like, fuck it now. You know what I'm saying?
It's because of all the bullshit Mike was saying got him cured.
He got me cured. You know what I'm saying? But now there's still some spikiness. So just
Yeah, it's getting a little raspy now.
It's like it's still spikiness, but it's there. But I do, like I said, once again, thank you guys for watching. Check us out next week at 9 o'clock, same time. We were actually kind of on time today. We were like 1 minute late, but we're getting better. We're almost there. And shit, you know, we out. I'm getting ready to lay down, so we out.